coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And a happy Tuesday morning to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call, and the doors will be closing soon.
Oh, I better get on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please collect your belongings and watch your head and step as you exit. Please assist small children by the hand. Thank you.
I feel like I'm in Disney World.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that translation. Time, please, Mr. Clock.
It's now 6:07 a.m.
.08 on the morning show. It's the Tuesday morning edition. Thank you so much for joining in. We're going to join in now with G and Bonnie in their palatial studios.
Yes, morning show. It's G and Bonnie Ashley to my left.
Good morning, Mr. G, and we say good morning, everyone.
Yeah, I'm to your right.
And Evan, too.
Evan 9.
Yeah.
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's actually there.
Oh, I'm always here.
You already did your Mr. Clock and all
Oh,
that
I did Mr. Clock. I did everything, and in fact, I'll do Mr. Clock for you too if you would like.
Do it, man.
All right, let me do it for you. Here we go. Let me hit this little button.
It's now 6:08 a.m.
There you go.
Mr. Clock is still sounding fine.
He is.
He sounds very pleasant, as usual.
He's very mature. He's dressed very nicely. He has his bow tie on today.
Mr. Clock wears clothes?
Yes, he does. We have a rule around here. You have to wear something.
My goodness. Evan, I love what you sent me earlier today. And, you know, it's funny, especially that Facebook one, because I remember getting a Facebook message from Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
Not too long ago. I'm like,
right.
He's been dead. How many years? And, you know, the thing is, too, I mean, once you die, your Facebook page is still there.
It doesn't die.
And somebody, I mean, so interesting, Evan. Tell me what you found out, what you can do about your Facebook page prior to your death.
Well, it's kind of a little creepy when you think about it, but then again, it's not really creepy. I mean, you can elect to have what's called a legacy contact to look after your account. A legacy contact means it's kind of like when you pass away, it's like a will. You're dedicating somebody, you're giving somebody direction to run your account for you. Or you can make it a memorialized account, or you can just have it deleted. Now, it would kind of be pretty cool if you can set it up to automatically do a post every week for you after you're gone, but that would be really creepy.
Dude, I want my Facebook page to be gone. Delete. Delete. I mean, what the heck? Well, what would you want, Evan?
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence.
Bonnie.
I wouldn't want to put anybody through the idea, you know, for me when I'm in my grave of somebody having to look after my account because life is way too busy and they shouldn't be part of a Facebook thing. They should be part of their own life and their family's life. Mm-hmm. So I think I would just kind of leave my Facebook page be.
Well, you can leave it as a memorialized account also, so it just sits there.
Because I have nothing to hide, nothing that I'm really embarrassed about.
I mean, that scheduling post that would appear after you die thing, I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Well, you can also leave it as a memorialized account. So this way people can leave memories of you as a memorialized account also. So you can choose the way you want to set it up.
Delete. Mine is short and sweet. Delete it.
Delete.
So now you're saying that I can go in now and put that in motion. So
yeah, you can put that in motion today. I've already got mine all set up.
Okay, now what do you got yours doing?
I'll let it be a surprise.
Oh, okay. I know Evan. He's not deleting his. He's gonna let his.
I want my legacy to live forever.
Of course you do. You're Evan 9.
That's right. Never a 10.
That's cool. And I saw and I saw these excuses that you put on there that people give the cops when they pull them over.
Yeah.
Bonnie, when's the last time you were pulled over? for speeding or whatever, the tail light out or...
I can't even remember the last time I was pulled over.
Have you ever been?
I have been, but...
They give you a ticket? You remember that?
It's been, like, so incredibly long. It probably was in central Wisconsin when I went through a stop sign. And, you know, it was just one of those things. I didn't see the stop sign there. It wasn't a really busy street, but then the cop saw me glide through. It's been that long.
Do you stop at the stop signs that are in a Publix shop, a Publix parking lot? There's like 12 of them. Do you stop at them?
I kind of... Sometimes I'm
not a full stop.
I'm corrupt, and I kind of slow down and kind of glide through those too.
What about you, Evan?
I just breeze right through them.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm looking to see if there's any people. I mean, if there's no people there, I'm just slowly going. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, you're not going to stop at every single episode when I think it's really you're stopping for the pedestrian walking in and out of the store.
Yes, I agree with Bonnie on that one.
You guys be breaking the rules, don't you? Oh, y'all live large.
Wow.
Y'all live dangerously. But, Evan, now, my favorite story about being stopped by the police is when my first job in radio.
Okay.
It was a country station in Fort Myers, and I was working midnight to 6, and I was almost going to be late, and I was flooring it. Cop pulled me over. I told him where I was going. He turned the siren on and said, "Follow me."
What?
He was a fan.
You got a police escort to work.
It blew my mind. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This dude turned the siren on and the lights, and we hauled butt to the radio station.
Wow.
You got to do. Thank you.
Were you doing morning radio at the time?
Midnight to 6.
And did the cop bring you some fresh donuts?
No.
No, they were for himself.
But, Evan, you make excuses when you get stopped by the cops?
There's so many lame excuses out there. It's really redonkulous. It really is.
I've seen some of them. The man told the officer he was rushing to the hospital because he was stung by a bee and was allergic. And he says, "There's the bee right there." And the cop looked at the bee, and the bee had not only was the bee dead, but it was in advanced state of decomposition, decomposed bee. I mean,
you know, cops know better. I mean, the average Joe might believe that that bee really stung the guy, but you know, the cops know the in and out, and they investigate.
They know. They've heard.
Oh, they've heard them all. There's a guy going on 95 down in Miami Beach. A guy was going like 79 miles an hour, and his excuse was, "My engine misses, and I'm trying to clean out the carburetor."
Hey, that makes sense to me, though.
You know?
It makes sense.
But then he had the gall to say, "Well, if I don't go this fast, my car won't run at all."
Well, hey. I love them. Where's that one? I saw one that there was an officer told a speeder that the speed limit on 95 is 65 miles an hour. Is it? What's the speed limit on 95?
Well, it depends. Sometimes it's 70, sometimes it's 65.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Low as 65?
Yeah, it is. Down in Miami it is, I think.
I thought it was like 82. The officer told the speeder that the speed limit on 95 was 65, and the driver responded, "Officer, where have you been? It's 80 now." I thought it was 82, at least 75. But you're saying it's only 65 and 70 on 95?
Yeah.
That's true.
It is.
I know, like, if I'm going 80, which I never do, you know, I keep mine at 65 or 70. It's a good speed for me.
Oh, Evan,
80, you are speeding.
I love this one. The officer stopped a man doing 80.
Yeah.
Asked the driver whether he had seen the speed limit signs. The man responded, "I went by them so fast I stopped."
How about the senior citizen who was stopped after going 73, and when he was getting a ticket, he said to the officer, quote, "Is there a senior citizen discount?"
I tried that. I mean, come on. He thought he was at Perkins or Wint. I mean, not.
Oh my God! He whipped out his ARP card.
Heck yeah.
He was at the early bird special.
There you go.
Well, excuses.
Man,
Evan, later on in the show, we're going to talk about something that's close to you, the ballpark, and how not to go broke at a baseball park this summer.
Oh, I would love to see that. I definitely would.
Yeah, so they've got some specials, and we'll get inside that pretty soon here. Let's swing over to Studio 3BA, talk with Bonnie Ashley, and have these stories.
Thank you, Mr. G. Thank you, Evan. Jury selection in the death penalty trial of Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz is starting over after the judge suggested her own mistake requires it. Circuit Judge Elizabeth Schurer ruled Monday that she should have questioned potential jurors who said they would not follow the law before she dismissed them. The decision would nullify 2 weeks of work by lawyers for the prosecution and defense. It's been anything but smooth since jury selection started during the first week of April. In a St. Lucie County courtroom on Monday, the city of Port St. Lucie and Waste Pro USA continued their back and forth over who's holding up their end of the deal, a deal scheduled to end in just a few months, and WPTV's John Shaman was there.
The city says that at one point they received up to 3,000 complaints over poor service from Waste Pro and in turn had to hire an outside vendor earlier this year to help clear away yard debris that in some cases had been sitting outside for weeks. When many residents of Port St. Lucie put out their trash, they wonder if it will be picked up that day.
If I bring it out Monday, you expect it to be picked up Monday? Not 3-4 days later.
Monday, representatives of the city and waste provider Waste Pro were back in court.
We've had ups and downs since the beginning of this franchise agreement around early 2019.
Carmen Capizzuto, the neighborhood services director for Port St. Lucie, said yard debris has not been collected in a timely fashion for some time.
We verified reports of anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks in some areas, to the point where, service was completely unacceptable.
The city sued Waste Pro last year, claiming poor service. Waste Pro demanded the city pay back $1.2 million in charges the city's levied over the past few years. Right now, Waste Pro is planning to exit its contract in September, 3 years early.
Things have gotten worse, not better.
Judge Lori Buchanan said it's time to get moving here towards some kind of agreement.
It's no point, you got to roll up your sleeves and get it done. So as far as the parties themselves, I'm going to order that they shall meet this week.
The judge also asked the two sides within the next 15 days to get to mediation. And the city on Wednesday is holding a special city council meeting to get an update on where it stands right now in terms of getting a new trash service provider this coming fall. We're live in Port St. Lucie. John Shane to WPTV, News Channel 5.
A St. Lucie County middle school teacher is under arrest for child abuse after authorities said she threw a broken metal broom handle at a student, then hit him at least twice with it. Sintaji Darling Lundy, age 49, of Port St. Lucie, has been fired from her job at Forest Grove Middle School near Fort Pierce, according to St. Lucie Public School spokeswoman. According to Darling Lundy's arrest report, students and staff members who witnessed the incident said the teacher was using a broom to sweep her classroom April 19 when the metal handle broke off. The victim, whose age has not been released, picked up the broken handle and ran with it, according to witnesses. Darling Lundy then took the broken piece away from the student and cut her hand while doing so. According to the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, the victim said Darling Lundy became angered by his behavior and threw the broken broom handle at him, missing him but breaking a computer screen. The victim said Darling Lundy became angered and chased him, pinned him between two desks, then hit him 3 times with the broken broom handle on his leg, arm, and hand. She did not write the victim up because it was a playful interaction. She said she later gave him chewing gum and the next day asked for a hug, according to Lundy's statement. A Florida publisher reacts to a rejected status over math instructional material. Here's WPTV's investigative reporter, Katie Legrone.
The student will go through and they'll answer each question.
As we all wait to learn exactly why 41% of math textbooks submitted by publishers to Florida's Department of Education were rejected.
Everybody's talking about this.
Meet one of those publishers whose math material landed on the state's rejected list.
Sure, it's disappointing.
Vinny Faris is president and CEO of Link Systems International, a small Tampa-based technology firm that publishes digital-only educational products, including this online math homework system.
The program will show you exactly how to do it.
For the first time, they submitted to be added to the state's lucrative list of approved instructional math material.
This is the thing that we're really all talking about.
And while it's been more than a week since they learned their products didn't add up to the state's newly adopted BEST standards, they only got the details why a few days ago, after the state issued this press release accusing some publishers of trying to indoctrinate students.
To not get any feedback across the board for anybody That felt a little odd.
Since his material did not include references to prohibited topics such as critical race theory and social emotional learning, we asked for Reese about these limited examples the state recently posted on its website. One shows bar graphs measuring racial prejudice by age and politics. And this one is titled Social and Emotional Learning.
I'm not surprised some of these books got completely declined.
That's because in this 2021 memo he shared with us, the state's head of public schools specifically advised publishers to not incorporate unsolicited strategies such as social emotional learning and culturally responsive teaching in instructional material.
Those were pretty egregious examples of just ignoring the Florida mandates, but I don't know if every single instance people will have that glaring of an obvious violation.
Across the state, Florida's textbook turndowns has school districts halting plans to purchase textbooks for next year. In Hillsborough County, the district is reviewing the list with publishers since 3 math books they selected were rejected by the state. In Miami-Dade, orders for all instructional math material are now on hold until concerns identified by Florida's Department of Education have been resolved.
From here, I can create new assignments.
For the next few days, this publisher and his team will be dissecting the state's scorecard to determine if making changes is worth more fuss than what they and other rejected publishers have already been handed.
It could be in a month that they're all back on the list. The story's not over.
Publishers have the next few weeks to appeal. Meantime, the state maintains it has a responsibility to ensure these textbooks align with newly adopted standards and do not include strategies prohibited by state law. I'm Katie Legrone reporting.
A missing child alert has been issued for a 2-month-old boy who was last seen in Fort Pierce. Officials said Monday evening, according to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the baby, Azan Lisby, was last seen in the area of 1700 North 12th Street. Azan is described as a black newborn baby who is 2 feet tall and weighs 10 pounds. He has brown hair, brown eyes. Officials said he may be in the company of Robert Lisby and Joy Tyler in a 2017 gray Dodge Durango. Robert Lisby, age 41, described as 5 feet 10 inches tall, black male weighing 220 pounds. He has black hair, brown eyes, may have a tattoo on his right forearm, according to FDLE. Joy Tyler, age 39, is described as 5'8", tall black female who weighs 180 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Azan Lisby, Robert Lisby, or Joy Tyler is asked to contact the Fort Pierce Police Department at 772-465-5770. News time is at 6:25 this morning. We'll have weather and traffic together for you next.
Time for a look at sports right now. Ja Morant was Rookie of the Year in 2020, vowing he would get better from there, and he has done exactly that. The Memphis Grizzlies guard picked up his second major award in 3 seasons on Monday, getting announced as the NBA's Most Improved Player. He is the first Grizzlies player to receive the award and the first player in league history to have won both Rookie of the Year and Most Improved Player of the Year. It's definitely big time, Morant said, and he's very, very humbled by the award. It's coming up on 6:26. We'll have a look at traffic and weather coming up next.
No hype, just facts. I'm Casey, and I invite you to tune into the Casey Ingram Show at my new time, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Hear from community leaders, learn about some of our great nonprofit organizations, get the latest updates from our elected officials, and meet the candidates. Even rock and roll legends have joined the show from time to time. I'm conservative but not divisive, bringing you the talk of the community. It is a fun and interesting hour beginning at 10 a.m. every Wednesday on WSTU AM 1450 and Facebook Live at The Casey Ingram Show.
6:26 is your time on the Get Up and Go show. Time to take a look at traffic and weather. And the Florida Turnpike in 95 from Fort Pierce all the way down to Jupiter. Smooth sailing, no incidents to report. All your side streets are looking good. If you have to be to work by 7 a.m., you should be able to get there on time this morning. That's your latest look at traffic. 68 degrees under partly cloudy skies right now. Here's a look at your weather with Katia Hall from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the low to mid-70s with mainly dry conditions across the viewing area. This afternoon, highs in the mid-80s were partly sunny and only a slim chance of an isolated quick-moving shower. Tomorrow, highs in the mid-80s with some afternoon to evening showers and storms ahead of a front. Thursday, an area of low pressure moves over the area, increasing clouds and rain chances, scattered showers and storms with highs in the low 80s. Friday through the weekend, unsettled weather. Will start off the day with rain at the coast, then most of the rain should get pushed west towards the lake by the afternoon. Highs in the low 80s through the weekend forecast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katia Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
WPTV's Megan McRoberts, and I've been reporting on the Treasure Coast for years, long enough to know that this place is special.
Same here, Megan. I'm WPTV's Derek Lowe, and I grew up on the Treasure Coast. So take it from me, a lot has changed around here.
We're bringing you what's happening and why it matters. I'm WPTV's John Shainman, and there are so many impactful stories here, it makes you feel good about where you live.
WPTV Treasure Coast News every Saturday at 7 p.m.
And on WPSL and WSTU Sunday morning at 11.
The professionals at Mark Breckville Certified Public Accountants are proud to sponsor Treasure Coast Solutions, a community service program designed to provide information you can use, a local perspective on national issues, local solutions to meet your individual concerns. At our firm, we believe that information is knowledge, and with knowledge comes the power to have a positive impact on our lives, businesses, schools, and community. If you would like one of our professionals to address your personal financial or business concerns, please give us a call to set up an appointment at 220-3380.
Hello, this is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Florida real estate is hotter than the weather. Now is a great time to find that dream home. I'm Eileen Simons, Realtor with eXp Realty. Join me for My Dream Home every Monday morning at 10 on WPSL and WSTU. We'll talk about real estate, answer your questions, interview guest experts, have featured listings, and a featured community each week. That's My Dream Home radio show, Mondays at 10 on WPSL and WSTU, or listen on Alexa, Google Home, or on the TuneIn app.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
It is now 6:30 on the Get Up and Go Show. We'll be joining back with G and Bonnie here in just a little bit. In the meantime, it's time to do viral videos. I have a couple for you this morning. The first one is a DoorDash driver in New Hampshire. He left his car neutral during a delivery the other day. Now, luckily, the customer checked their video doorbell camera and saw the vehicle rolling away as the guy is standing at the door. And he alerted the driver, who took off running and got to it before something really bad happened. Here's the audio. Listen.
Bro, I think your car is driving away.
Oh, I have never done that in my life.
Oh, man, I got a notification for the motion, and, I opened it up, and I saw the car moving. I'm like, his door's open, the car's moving. I'm like, I don't think there's anyone in it.
I never ran so fast in my life.
Well,
Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good day, man.
Word to the wise. If you are a DoorDash driver, Uber Eats driver, or any one of those kind of food delivery drivers, and you are delivering food, please make sure your car is in park. It's that simple. That's simple out there. Make sure your car's in park. That's all you got to do. I have another viral video. It's from Tallahassee, Florida. It's we're going to listen to police officers in Tallahassee trying to catch a loose goat that's running wild through an apartment complex. Now, although this is here in Florida, one of the officers talks about not being used to stuff like this because she grew up in Jersey. Yeah, in Jersey. So here's the audio from the video. It's hilarious. Listen in.
I'm terrified. What am I supposed to tackle a goat? Are you crazy? This thing has got pointy things. I'm from New Jersey. We don't see goats. What do you want me to do when he comes running at me? Come on. Hi. What are we doing? How are we doing this?
We're going to corner him in here.
I'm terrified. You're good. He's very cute, too.
The one girl, the one officer, is completely terrified. Completely terrified. She says she's from Jersey, and she's never seen anything like this before. Now, stop and think for a minute. Okay, I don't condone violence on an animal, but you're a police officer, you're carrying a gun, and if the animal charges at you, you have to use your weapon to defend yourself. And you're afraid? And you're supposed to protect and serve the community? I mean, come on. That's just unreal. Completely unreal. Did you know that 58% of dog owners say people roll their eyes when they sing happy birthday to their dog? Next time you're going to sing happy birthday to your dog, look in the mirror and see if you roll your eyeballs. Did you know, believe it or not, more women than men watch the Kentucky Derby? This is a true fact. More women than men watch the Kentucky Derby. By the way, if you want to weigh in on any of these things I'm talking about, 220-9788, 220-WSTU is our phone number, area code 772, of course. Did you know, according to a recent survey, 41% of parents wish their summer break was longer? Yes, they wish their summer break was longer. Did you know Twister was originally called Pretzel and was first introduced as a beach game? Yeah, the game Twister, where you spin a little thingamabob and it says right foot blue, left hand yellow. The game was originally called Pretzel. Unbelievable. Did you know people are really good at figuring out strangers' names based on their faces? Studies show that when given a random face and a list of names to choose from, people usually guess the right name more often than when left to chance. Did you know about 71% of animal owners share a bed with their pets? Now, I'm guilty of that. We usually will let Kaya on the bed. If one of us is traveling out of town, the dog will come in and sleep with us because she knows that the other person is out of town and they're there to protect us. Did you know families that have fish as pets are 3 times as likely to suffer from allergies? Now, I never knew you could be allergic to a fish. Allergic to a fish. I've never heard of that before. Did you know, according to a recent study, almost 1 out of every 4 calories we consume come from beverages? Did you know 22% of single women say the mall is the best place to meet somebody? Did you know, according to a recent study, 1 out of 4 people won't date someone if they have a pet? And did you know candy canes were invented way back in 1670 in Germany to keep kids quiet in church? Yeah, the tops are curved so they look like what's called a shepherd's staff. Very interesting facts there. Very interesting facts. Here's something. I have 2 items. And if you had to pick one, which one would you choose as you're listening to the program? You can call in and weigh in this topic also if you like. 220-9788. Wear a mask or stay at home. Wear a mask or stay at home. We're talking about COVID, of course. I don't like being in the house, so I would definitely wear a mask. How about just plain hard-boiled eggs or an egg salad sandwich? I'll take the sandwich. How about thinning out your closet once a year or once every 3 years? I would say once a year. How about going to a kids' t-ball game or a soccer game? Which one would you choose? I'm not a big fan of soccer, so I'll take the t-ball game. Would you rather fly a kite or play hopscotch? Well, I would say fly a kite. If you like country music, would you select Luke Bryan or Blake Shelton if you had to pick one? I'd go with Luke Bryan. American Idol or The Voice? What show do you like better? I go with American Idol. And lastly, would you choose meeting somebody in person or do it via Zoom? Because everybody was using Zoom when the pandemic was at its prime. It's 6:38 on the Get Up and Go show. We welcome your comments, your suggestions, anything you want to talk about. 220-9788, 220-WSTU. We'll take a short pause, and we'll be back right after this.
Are you an entrepreneur or business owner along the Treasure Coast? Well, then you should be tuning in to Small Biz Florida from the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Hi, I'm Tom Kinder, your host for Small Biz Florida. Entrepreneurs and business owners will learn how the Florida SBDC and IRSC can help you start, grow, and accelerate your business.
Monday mornings at 11 on WSTU 1450 and worldwide on WPSLTV.com. Get ready to enter an undersea world at the 30th Annual Port St. Lucie Businesswomen Fashion Show. 11 a.m. Saturday, April 30th at the Santa Lucia River Club in Ballantrae. Enjoy a luscious lunch while viewing the latest fashions. This fundraiser supports community action grants and scholarships for women attending IRSC. Tickets are $60 and can be purchased online at pslbw.com.
In retirement, it's all about income, not spending down your principal. And anyone who tells you otherwise simply does not understand proper retirement planning. Hi, I'm Michael Burley of P Capital Management, inviting you to tune in to the Retirement Income Program. Powerful truths that you must know and understand so you may live the retirement you deserve. The key to retirement success is income.
Tune in to the Retirement Income Program right here every Monday morning at 11.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy from St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We needed more space, so we had to move, but only right across the parking lot next to Subway. We're celebrating our move and new store with a huge sale. 25% off all jewelry, 30% off all Citizen watches, and 75% off all Invicta watches, including special orders. Just mention you heard it right here on WPSL or WSTU, and get the coolest T-shirt or keychain free while supplies last. And it might be the best time to sell since gold has reached an all-time high, and we're paying more than ever for your scrap gold jewelry and your fine jewelry, as well as all of your coins and bullion products. St. Lucie Jewelry is the largest buyer of jewelry and coins since 1994, with 2 locations, one in St. Lucie West and one on the corner of Walton Road and US 1. Google us, check out our reviews, and come see us last.
For more than 30 years, European Kitchen and Bath has been providing the highest quality kitchen and bath products to their customers on the Treasure Coast. Designer fixtures and quality products at affordable prices. So whatever you need, a new sink and faucet to upgrade your current kitchen or bath, or if you're planning a full 100% makeover, European Kitchen and Bath will help you from start to finish. European Kitchen and Bath, serving the entire Treasure Coast. Visit their website, EuropeanSink.com.
A beef sustainability campaign reached over 96 million consumers. More about that coming up on This Land of Ours.
Farmers, produce safety inspections are here. Prepare your farm with an on-farm readiness review. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services and University of Florida are partnering to provide this on-site preparation service for free. Our team of produce safety experts offer individualized support to make sure your operation meets the regulatory requirements. Contact us to help prepare your farm today. Request your free visit at www.fdacs.gov/OFRR. That's www.fdacs.gov/OFRR.
A beef checkoff funded campaign called Rethink the Ranch was executed by Beef, It's What's for Dinner. It introduced the public to beef producers who make science-driven decisions to keep their herds, environment, and businesses healthy enough to pass on to the next generation. The campaign increased consumer confidence in beef and beef production by inviting consumers to learn more about how beef producers care for the land, their animals, and their local communities. The Beef Checkoff conducted extensive market research in the spring of last year to fully understand consumer perceptions around how beef producers care for the land and what key topics would resonate most with that audience. And some of the key findings from that research include roughly half of consumers say they care about beef's impact on the land and environment or change their behaviors to encourage it. They also note that almost half of the consumers already have a positive perception of beef production, but the beef industry is still perceived as less sustainable than other food industries. Animal welfare, by far, they note, was the most important topic to address with consumers when it comes to beef and how cattle are raised. The campaign came to life across YouTube, social media platforms, radio, and more. Learn about it at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Filling in for Sabrina Halverson, I'm Randall Wiseman for Southeast AgNet.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTU morningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
6:44 is the time right now on the Get Up and Go show. We're going to join back in with G and Bonnie.
They're keeping them in business.
Bonnie, I saw the story about the Virginia Attorney General's office investigating the Washington Commanders' alleged financial improprieties. Now, Adam Schiffner, our boy, Shifty, had talked about it as well yesterday on ESPN.
A long line of indiscretions that this Washington franchise is facing, and especially the owner, Daniel Snyder. At what point, though, Adam, would it take for the other 31 owners, I should say, to take action, you think, against Snyder?
Brian, I think it would have to be proven that this is, in fact, true, that this is what Daniel Snyder, the Washington Commanders, did, that they cooked the books, essentially, and kept two sets of books. And that's why the NFL has engaged the former SEC commissioner, Mary Jo White, and left her in charge of this investigation, and why the NFL has turned over 210,000 pages of documents to Congress to go through. They want to make sure that they are very thorough in its investigation. And if it turns up wrongdoing, then that's going to spell major problems for Daniel Snyder as the owner of the Washington Commanders. But again, as you pointed out, the Commanders have maintained that they've done nothing wrong in this particular situation. We'll see who's right.
Well, of course they're going to say that. What do you think they're going to say? Yeah, we did it.
Fess up.
I mean, come on now.
Right?
We'll keep that story in the back of our minds here.
And Phil Mickelson has registered to play now.
Oh, he's back?
Next month's PGA Championship and the U.S. Open in June, while his agents have requested a release from the PGA Tour to allow the six-time major champion to play in the first event of the Saudi Arabian-financed Live Golf Invitational Series in London in June. So his longtime agent said, Steve Loy of Sport 5 said he still hasn't decided whether he will play in any of the events. So he's registered, but the decision is still going to be up to Phil, and we're going to have to keep sports fans posted.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, Phil hadn't played in an official tour event since missing the cut of the Farmers, but he's been embroiled in that controversy when he released an excerpt from his upcoming unauthorized biography, I should say, in which Mickelson criticized the PGA Tour, said it was involved with drawing up a working agreement for a breakaway league being financed by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. And his comments drew some widespread criticism, including from fellow PGA Tour pros leading him to apologize days later, lost a few sponsors and all that kind of stuff.
He lost a couple of those sponsors like American Express and Amstel Light. So
we'll see Lefty back in action very soon, and that's Sports Our Way. Thanks, Bonnie. Appreciate it. 6:47 now. It's the morning show with G and Bonnie. We'll be back.
There are 2 locations for your Bone Talk hosts. You can find Florida Orthopedic Board certified surgeons at the original Port St. Lucie location on US 1, just north of Walton Road, and at 1151 Southeast Indian Street near Willoughby in Stewart. Phone 335-4770. That's 335-4770 for appointments at either location. Doctors Powers, Sellards, Where's Becky, Forster, Williams, and Southern, providing the benefits of an academic institution with the true convenience of a private practice. There are orthopedic appointments, x-ray, and physical therapy at both locations. Port St. Lucie on US 1, just north of Walton, and in Stewart on Indian Street near Willoughby, where walk-ins are always welcome. The Surgery Center and MRI are in Port St. Lucie. Florida Orthopedic Specialists in Port St. Lucie and Stewart, 335-4770.
Portions of our show brought to you by Martin Funeral Home and Crematory, 2 locations, Port St. Lucie and in Stewart.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy from St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We needed more space, so we had to move, but only right across the parking lot next to Subway. We're celebrating our move and new store with a huge sale. 25% off all jewelry, 30% off all Citizen watches, and 75% off all Invicta watches, including special orders. Just mention you heard it right here on WPSL or WSTU, and get the coolest T-shirt or keychain free while supplies last. And it might be the best time to sell since gold has reached an all-time high, and we're paying more than ever for your scrap gold jewelry and your fine jewelry, as well as all of your coins and bullion products. St. Lucie Jewelry is the largest buyer of jewelry and coins since 1994, with 2 locations, one in St. Lucie West and one on the corner of Walton Road and US 1. Google us, check out our reviews, and come see us last.
Discover a luxurious lifestyle. Discover Harbor Place in Port St. Lucie, offering the finest in independent and assisted living. Do you want to spend your golden years maintaining a home, cleaning a house? Not at Harbor Place. The experienced staff at Harbor Place takes care of everything, so you can enjoy all that the community has to offer. Call 772-337-4330 for a tour of the gem of senior living on the Treasure Coast. Are you or your parents swimmers? Enjoy the beautiful outdoor pool. After your swim, enjoy fine dining with your friends. And don't forget to explore the Treasure Coast, from hiking trails to numerous golf courses. Active seniors enjoy Harbor Place. You can join them too. 337-4330. Harbor Place, and welcome home.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Now, Bonnie, you know you're good when you're a company as big as they are, and all they have to do is and everybody knows who they are.
that is called excellent branding.
You better believe it. I mean, McDonald's has had you deserve a break today. We do it all for you.
And it's repetitive branding, too. I mean, they can afford to, you know, it's incredible. They can be out there so many times in so many different markets.
Evan, I think my favorite one was you deserve a break today.
Oh, yeah, definitely so.
I mean, that was the one.
Definitely.
But McDonald's, do you remember the sandwich, the BLT?
Yes.
Now, I thought I remembered it, but it says it was a normal burger with lettuce and tomato, but it came in a weird container with two sides. I don't remember that. It said one side had the burger to keep it warm and a separate side to keep the toppings.
Yes, it did. It sure did. I remember that very well. I do.
And well, McDonald's is these are some of the burgers fans are asking McDonald's to bring back. Did you remember McDonald's? They had a pizza?
Oh yeah.
I never remember a pizza at McDonald's.
McPizza?
No.
You do, Evan.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that either. Where the heck were we at, Bonnie?
Well, maybe you guys were down in Fort Lauderdale.
No, I don't remember it.
You don't remember it?
No.
Evan, do you remember it being down there?
Yeah, in Fort Lauderdale, yes.
It says it was around the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
McPizza.
Yeah. They even had a McPickle.
A McPickle?
A McPickle.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, it was a McPickle.
Sponsored by Mick Jagger.
Now, did you know that then, I didn't know this, the all-day breakfast, did you know they stopped doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah, I didn't know they had stopped doing
They
it.
had it all day long, usually.
I thought the all-day breakfast didn't make any sense at all anyway.
Really?
When they first did it, I'm like, why are y'all doing that?
I
don't want no
still...
pancakes at 4 o'clock.
I thought it was still going on.
I did, too. I didn't know they stopped that.
I didn't either.
Do you remember, I don't remember Snack Wraps. I don't remember Arch Deluxe. What the heck is that?
I don't know about that one.
Chicken Selects, Mighty Wings.
I think I remember of the Arch Deluxe. I think that was on the menu in the early 90s, too, if I'm not mistaken.
McLobster.
Ooh, that sounds good.
New England still has that one. McSpaghetti? Come on.
McSpaghetti? Oh, okay.
It gets spaghetti
there's one that Evan doesn't remember. I mean, McSpaghetti and McHotdog from the late 90s.
The McHotdog is I remember that one.
But I remember the McLD, the McDLT, but I just don't remember that container. And I guess the newest one was that BTS meal, that Korean boy band.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It came with 10 McNuggets, a medium fry, and a drink, and 2 special sauces, Cajun and sweet chili.
Well, they're catering to the right folk with that because the kids in their tweens really like that BTS band.
Oh, yeah. They love it.
And my tweens are always ordering McNuggets.
I like McDonald's. I mean, I do. I just like their fries. I like their burgers. I just like McDonald's.
I like their Big Mac. That's my go-to when I go. Their Big Mac is pretty good.
When's the last time you had one of their shakes?
I never order a shake.
Oh, Bonnie.
Yeah.
You're not into milkshakes?
It's too fluffy to go with a burger. So for me, I'd rather have the burger before a shake. So I never order it.
I love those vanilla shakes with some whipped cream on top and a cherry.
Mm-hmm.
They do that for you? They put the whipped cream on top of it, too? And,
oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fattening now.
Hey, I just tagged you in a post. You have to watch this video on the news break. It's going to blow you away completely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's into that.
Yeah.
6:54. Thanks, Evan. Let's send this over to Studio 3BA and Bonnie Ashley.
Thank you, Mr. G. It's been a week, and there is still no official proclamation bringing the Florida legislature back to address high property insurance prices. Last Monday, Governor Ron DeSantis promised lawmakers we're coming back to Tallahassee in May to tackle the reform as prices rise and companies fail. What I will be signing this week is to set the dates for a special session in May, DeSantis said on April 18. 7 days later, there is still no official call, and officials aren't offering much more than that. In an email, the governor's press secretary said very little. We do not have an update on this yet, but we will sure be able to let you know as soon as we do. Incumbent U.S. Representative Brian Mast, Florida, announced Monday that he will seek to represent the Treasure Coast in Washington, D.C. for a 4th term. Mast has represented the state's 18th congressional district, which encompasses St. Lucie, Martin, and the northeastern part of Palm Beach County since 2016. Due to redistricting, Mast will now be running for the 21st congressional district, which is largely the same as the existing 18th district. During his time in office, Mast has been a staunch supporter of stopping harmful discharges from Lake Okeechobee to the St. Lucie estuary. And on April 18th, Port St. Lucie police investigated an incident in which a 16-year-old victim was shot by a splatterball gun in the face with a soft gel water ball while she walked on a sidewalk sustaining swelling to her eye. Officers learned during the investigation that a group of occupants were traveling in a vehicle when a 16-year-old male suspect in the back seat fired a splatterball gun at the victim. The 16-year-old suspect was arrested for aggravated battery taken to the St. Lucie Regional Juvenile Detention Center. This incident coincides with the viral TikTok Orbeez challenge circulating across the country. That challenge encourages TikTok users to buy soft gel water balls, load them in airsoft guns, and fire them at victims. Please talk to your children about the seriousness of these incidents and partner with us to keep our children and community safe, stated Assistant Chief Richard Del Toro. On our roadways right now, I-95 northbound in Stewart is a vehicle crash. This is at Canner Highway, mile marker 101. It's northbound. No roadblock from that accident. Plenty activity, however, in that area. Call when you see traffic at 340-1590.
Hello, this is Mike Schmidt. I've heard that you shouldn't talk about religion and politics. Well, we won't do too much talking about politics, but on We Are Just Christians, we will talk about religion. In fact, our show is all about what's on your mind and what the Bible has to say about it. Our show is Bible-based, up-to-date, and we will take your questions and comments. So tune in every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. for We Are Just Christians on WPSL 1590 and worldwide on WPSL.com.
Hi, this is Joanne from Nutrition World and Wellness Center. I am really excited to introduce new guests and topics to my show every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL, where my listeners can call in on any topic. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it. We want to help you become the best version of yourself. We will have chiropractors, naturopaths, coaches, and, of course, Dr. Ravi will be on every month as usual. I am looking forward to sharing my 30 years of experience with my listeners so we can enjoy this life journey together.
Visit Joanne's Nutrition World in the Crass Square, formerly known as the Arcade Building, located at US 1 and Orange Avenue, across from Fort Pierce City Hall. Open Monday through Friday from 10 to 4, Saturdays 10 to 3. Taking appointments for the Wellness Center online at joannesnutritionworld.com or call 772-464-3598.
Coming up on 7 a.m. right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next in hour number 2 for me and you right here. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Ukraine. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin just said as the Russian attacks continue taking over another city, Crimea.
More than 30 of our allies and partners from across the globe have joined the United States to rush security assistance to Ukraine.
Austin's in Germany, meeting with his counterparts from dozens of countries, including Ukraine.
Together, we have committed more than $5 billion of equipment to support Ukraine's self-defense.
The response from Russia's Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, he said in an interview that the world could be on the verge of a World War III, warning that there could be a nuclear conflict. Those words sort of echoing through the halls here.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the talks at Ramstein Air Base in Germany. North Korea's leader is vowing to accelerate nuclear weapons development, even threatening to use them, as Kim Jong-un spoke during a parade showcasing the country's missiles following numerous test launches this year amid a nuclear sanctions standoff with the U.S. A setback for President Biden's plan to end the Title 42 COVID policy. States fighting that, fearing another surge of migrants entering the U.S. illegally, want a restraining order from a judge.
A group of House Republicans traveled to Eagle Pass, Texas Monday to call attention to the border crisis. Congressman Tony Gonzalez represents the people of Eagle Pass.
It starts with keeping Title 42. What you're seeing is Democrats are now starting to...
Secretary Jen Psaki says Title 42 doesn't solve the real problem.
We have a broken immigration system that's been long overdue to be fixed.
The CDC planned to end the policy next month.
Fox's Steve Rappaport. The president's taking his attempt to also end another Trump policy. The Supreme Court today. The order forces those seeking asylum in the U.S. to remain in Mexico awaiting hearings. As Elon Musk, the world's richest man, takes over Twitter, buying it for $44 billion. Former President Trump, infamously banned from the platform after last year's Capitol riot, says he won't go back on Twitter even if allowed. America's listening to Fox News.
Every 3 seconds, there's a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name or even selling your personal info on the dark web. Protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock monitors your info and alerts you to potential identity threats. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses. But with LifeLock, it's easy to help protect yourself. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEWS.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
The Supreme Court's border policy hearing comes the day after justices considered another religious liberty case.
After a school district in Washington state eventually dismissed assistant football coach Joseph Kennedy for praying after games on the field's 50-yard line, he filed suit, arguing a religious and free speech violation.
His expression was entirely his own. That private religious expression was doubly protected by the free exercise and free speech clauses.
Attorney Paul Clement says the private prayer did not amount to school-endorsed religion or coercion concerns for students. Attorney Richard Katsky represents the school district.
He insisted on audible prayers at the 50-yard line with students.
In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A 10-year-old Wisconsin girl reported missing Sunday night. Lily Peters has been found dead in a wooded area in Chippewa Falls. Police believe she was murdered. There's a search for a missing 3-month-old boy in California.
Brandon Cuellar's grandmother set the baby down in their apartment early Monday afternoon and went back to her car to unload groceries.
In that short amount of time, someone entered the apartment and left with the baby.
Sergeant Christian Camarillo of the San Jose Police Department says they have security camera footage, but because the suspect is wearing a mask, they can't identify him. They're hoping the public can.
Please, if you know somebody, get a hold of us.
There is a cash reward posted for information that leads police to the baby. Jack Callahan, Fox News.
Wall Street stock futures are down the day after a rebound. In the NBA, the Brooklyn Nets swept out of the playoffs. That helped seal the win for Boston in the closing seconds. The Celtics beat the Nets in Game 4, 116-112 on TNT. Toronto stayed alive, beating Philadelphia in Game 5, 103-88. Dallas went up 3-2 on Utah with a 102-77 blowout win. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
What is your quality of life? The Owen Insurance Group plans on improving it on our Quality of Life radio show Tuesday mornings at 10 on both WPSL and WSTU. Hi, I'm Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. Along with Tom Bouvier, we'll help you on the road of life and make it a better one. Don't forget the Quality of Life radio show Tuesdays at 10 on WPSL and WSTU on TuneIn and Alexa.
Ellie's Downtown Deli has a brand new location that is now serving breakfast and lunch. It's Ellie's Dockside Deli, located at 3555 Southeast St. Lucie Boulevard in the Waterside Sailfish Marina. Ellie's Dockside Deli will be serving breakfast and lunch from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday. Enjoy many items from their breakfast and lunch menu before you head out on your boat for the day, or why not enjoy breakfast or lunch right outside at one of the tables by the water. With Ellie's Dockside Deli, they'll even cater cater your next event for you and your friends.
This is Chef Mark Muller inviting you to enjoy breakfast and lunch at our newest location, Ellie's Dockside Deli. Plus, find out why our business catering means business for your business.
Ellie's Dockside Deli, located at 3555 Southeast St. Lucie Boulevard in the Waterside Sailfish Marina. They are open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday. Call 772-291-2706. That's Ellie's Dockside Deli in the Waterside Sailfish Marina.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Madam Announcer. It's hour number 2 for me and you.
Dude, I'm so stoked about this.
You should be stoked about this.
What are you going to do with that stick?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just pretend it's a baseball bat.
Today's the day, huh?
Yeah, today's the day. Today's the day. We got a lot of stuff happening for you. 7:07 this morning, Mr. Clock. Would you do the honors, please?
It's now 7:07 a.m.
Operator, or could you help me place this call? See, the number on the matchbook is old and faded.
7:08 on the Get Up and Go show. We say good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. And when was the last time that you dialed 0 on your phone and asked an operator to help you place a call? You know what you get? You get an automated system. There's no live operators anymore. It's really pretty sad what the world has come to when it comes to things like that. You can't even get an operator on the phone anymore. Let's do some birthdays. If you are born today on April the 26th, we wish you a very happy birthday. If you have a birthday out there and you want us to wish a happy birthday to somebody, either one, call us up, 772-220-9788. 772-220-WSTU. That is our line. We take all phone calls. We do not put limits on people calling the program anymore. Yes, we stopped doing that, just so you know. We want to make sure we give everybody equal time. Luke Bracey, 33 years old today. That's Johnny Utah in the Point Break. Jemima Kirk is 37. That's Jessa Johnson on girls. Emily Wickersham is 38. That's Ellie Bishop Ziva's replacement on NCIS. Jessica Lynch is 39. That's POW who was rescued in Iraq all the way back in 2003. She's 39 years old today. She's a 5th grade teacher now as well. Channing Tatum, you know the guy from Magic Mike, 21 Jump Street, The Hateful Eight, and many other women's fantasies. Well, Channing Tatum is 42. Jordana Brewster is 42. That's Mia Toretto in the Fast and Furious movies. Stana Katic is 44. That's Detective Kate Beckett on Castle. Pablo Schreiber is 44 years old today. Avant is 44. Avant, now, by the way, is the R&B singer. Avant is an R&B singer, just so you guys know out there. Wanted to give you a heads up in retrospect to that. Also celebrating a birthday is Ivana Milicevic, 48 years old today. That's Carrie Anastasia on the Cinemax show Banshee. Jay DeMarcus is 51. That's the bassist from the band Rascal Flatts. Former First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump, is 52 years old today. Now, I wonder if I called Mar-a-Lago right now and asked to speak to Melania to wish her a happy birthday, Do you think they would put me through? I happen to have the phone number to Mar-a-Lago. That would be pretty daring to do something like that. I like my job too much. Kevin James, 57 years old today. That's Paul Blart in Mall Cop 1 and 2. Jet Li is 59. That's Yin Yang in the Expendables movie. Michael Damian is 60. That's the superstar actor and singer. Roger Taylor from Duran Duran is 62 years old today. Carol Burnett, the comedy legend. Take a wild guess how old she is. 89 to be exact. 89 years old today. Celebrating a birthday in the heavens, the person that invented the Richter scale, Charles Richter, passed away in 1985. He's celebrating a birthday in the heavens. And also Joey Jordison would have been 47 today. That's the Slipknot drummer. Time to rewind the clock. We're going to go back in the day. How about 415 years ago? 415 years ago, Captain John Smith landed at Cape Henry, Virginia, to establish the first permanent English settlement in America. Then he fell for Indian Princess Pocahontas. 157 years ago today, in 1865, Abraham Lincoln's assassin, John Wilkes Booth, was killed by federal troops near Port Royal, Virginia, 50 miles south of Washington. The spot where he died is now U.S. Highway 301. 45 years ago today, in 1977, New York Studio 54 opened its naughty doors behind that stupid velvet rope. 36 years ago, in 86, Arnold Schwarzenegger married Maria Shriver. Then they hired a wonderful nanny and lived happily ever after. 35 years ago today, in 1986, 5150, the first Van Halen album to feature Sammy Hagar, topped the charts for the first of 3 weeks that spent at number 1. 22 years ago, in the year 2000, Governor Howard Dean of Vermont signed the nation's first bill that would allow same-sex couples to form civil unions. 17 years ago, in 2005, Jeb Bush signed the Stand Your Ground bill into Florida law. 12 years ago, in 2010, the third movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man 2, premiered in L.A. That's the one with Mickey Rourke as the villain Whiplash. It was Don Cheadle's first appearance as Rhodey Rhodes. 5 years ago today, in 2017, The Handmaid's Tale premiered on Hulu. And 4 years ago today, in 2018, Bill Cosby was found guilty on all 3 charges of his sexual assault trial. Today is National Pretzel Day. Would you believe pretzels got their start in the Catholic Church? It's also National Get Organized Day. Today's the day that you need to organize your closet. Get out there and organize your stuff. It's also National Help a Horse Day. We are saddling up to create awareness around taking better care of horses. So make sure and go out to a barn today and help somebody. Help somebody feed a horse. It's also National Richter Scale Day. Today we pay tribute to the man who invented the Richter scale. Now, if you wonder what a Richter scale is, that is something that measures something that shakes and trembles, like an earthquake. That's like out in California where they have earthquakes. They say it registered like 5.0 on the Richter scale. Well, we can thank the guy who invented the Richter scale for that. And lastly, it's also National Dissertation Day. Today serves as a reminder for students to get back on track and complete their dissertations. Now, if you're wondering what a dissertation is, I need to get my Webster Dictionary because I don't know, to be very honest with you. Time now, it's coming up on 7:16. We're going to join back in with G and Bonnie right now.
talk about this other plant that was dropped off to your house tomorrow if we can. But give us your Facebook information, Linda, please.
Yes, her Facebook information is very important.
Mm-hmm. White hair, white sunglasses.
Mm-hmm. White hair and white sunglasses.
Very good. And Linda's our expert in identifying plant, lawn, and garden problems and providing solutions. And we'll talk tomorrow about the plant that was dropped off at Linda's house. Thanks, Linda. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
7:16 now. It's the morning show with G and Bonnie, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Wayne Jent, Superintendent of St. Lucie Public Schools, inviting you to join us for the 8th Annual Safety Festival on April 30th. In addition to their live demonstrations, vendors, and free kids zone, we've added the Wharton Smith Fun Run presented by the Education Foundation. Students, family, and friends are invited to participate, win prizes, and raise funds for our schools. The Fun Run begins at 8 a.m. at the Safety Festival. Register at your school or visit slcsafetyfest.com for details.
Get ready to enter an undersea world at the 30th Annual Port St. Lucie Businesswomen Fashion Show. 11 a.m. Saturday, April 30th at the Santa Lucia River Club in Ballantrae. Enjoy a luscious lunch while viewing the latest fashions. This fundraiser supports community action grants and scholarships for women attending IRSC. Tickets are $60 and can be purchased online at pslbw.com.
1590 WPSL, the morning show. It's G and Bonnie. And Evan sent me this.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, Evan, there is no way in hell that I would get inside.
That's some crazy stuff, isn't it?
A driverless, what is it?
Uber.
No way.
Yeah.
Before, first of all, I'm not ready to even get inside a regular car.
A regular one.
I mean, let alone Uber picks me up and there's no driver there.
You know, out in Tradition, they have a driverless shuttle that will take you from the Tradition side over to across Village Parkway to the shopping stores and back.
You know, I might trust that. I might trust that shuttle, being that it's there on that same track day in and day out for people to check it out, because it sounds like it's traveling the same route every day. Unlike a driverless Uber now, who knows where it's going and who's overlooking that system.
Yeah, the guy does a whole video breakdown in that video that I sent you. It's pretty amazing.
Play a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm in Phoenix. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I called an Uber, but there's no, it's not an Uber, I guess. It's whatever the car service. I don't know the best way to describe this. I guess the future is upon us today because this one does not have a driver. They were like, hey, these cars don't have drivers.
Now, you know, there was one point where they logged into his car and told him to put his seatbelt on.
Yeah.
All right, here's the ride. He just...
Nah, dog. Yo, dog. Yo, this is wild. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen. I'm in a whole parking lot. Y'all better quit playing with folks, man. I'm just in. Look, it's just driving me. It's a real car. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen around.
I can imagine the people on the road looking at this guy in this car where there's nobody driving him. Like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? Were you in the back seat?
How about pulling up to a drive-thru like McDonald's and ordering food from the back seat and there's no driver?
Now, I wonder how that would work. Can they actually program it to pull into a drive-thru?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Wow.
I'm sure they could now. I'm
not ready for it.
No.
No, I'm not ready.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, and every commercial you see on TV now, all the new cars can park themselves.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to do any parallel parking anymore. You don't have to learn that. They're going to stop teaching that.
We witnessed it, and there was like at the parking lot of Big Apple on Bayshore, this guy had a Tesla. I think it was one of those, I want to say a cheaper Tesla. He said it was like in the $60,000 to $65,000.
Oh, yeah, that's cheaper.
That's cheap, yeah.
That's a cheaper one.
I have the cash in my back pocket.
He had it come around the corner and kind of do the backup thing to get angled right to come around this corner, and then it pulled up in front of the pizza place without the driver.
Well, even your $30,000 cars now.
Ford used to have a SUV that did that.
It don't have to be a Tesla anymore.
Yeah, you press a button.
Cars are parking themselves.
You press a button, and it just does. You let the steering wheel go. You pull up parallel park. you press a button, and you put the car in reverse, and the wheel starts turning by itself, and it does everything for you.
Now, Evan, when I took my driver's test here in Florida, they did not ask me to parallel park.
Really?
In Jersey? Yeah.
No, I had to down here.
I didn't. I'm like, wow, y'all don't have to parallel park.
Gavin didn't have to do that when he got his full license a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, people don't need to know how to do that? Yeah, they do. That's probably one of the hardest parts of it. It's not an easy thing. You got to master that parallel parking. It's almost just learning how to drive a stick.
You're right.
You just don't get in and just do it.
Very rarely will I parallel park. Seriously, I won't even do it. I can't even remember the last time I did because I'm very bad at it. And if they had a car that would do the parallel parking for you, I'd be all about that.
They do. They've got tons of them. Now, when you took your driver's test, you didn't have that parallel park part of it?
I did.
But you passed it then.
Years ago I did. Yeah. And then I didn't pass my first test because I took my car on snow and ice, and I got stuck. And
with the driver in there with you? With the instructor?
With the instructor.
Oh,
and
bad timing,
this was during my test, and I got stuck, and I panicked and I spun the wheels.
Oh, no.
And the wheels ground into the snow.
Yikes.
Did he open the door and get out and left you in there?
I think he did at the time. I think he did.
Oh, heck, those guys, to me, Evan, that's just as scary as an Uberless driver.
I do remember something they still do, though, because Gavin told me about it. When you take your test, they don't physically make you do it because there's no hills here in Florida, but they ask you if you're on a hill facing upward, which way do you turn your front wheels, to the right or to the left? There is a proper way.
And of course, because if you turn the wheel to the left, the back side of your wheel will back into the curb, so it won't go anywhere.
Oh yeah. I bet they have that question too if you get like a CDL license. Which I've never done that before.
Rachel took a CDL test, and there's all sorts of wicked stuff you got to do on a CDL test. Yeah.
Well, once you pass that, though, you're a true driver, huh?
Yeah, let me tell you, you can operate the Mack truck.
But, yeah, dude, I couldn't. Evan, you remember when I bought my trailer?
Yes.
And it was the same color as my Durango. It looked so good going down the highway. It was one of these big ones, though.
Cool.
Bonnie, I couldn't park that thing to save my life.
You couldn't back it up? You didn't know how to make the wheel go this way and make it go that way?
Now, just stop. Because you didn't know how to do it either until you practiced it. So don't even go there.
Yeah, but then I perfected it. But
that's what I'm saying. No, I didn't know how to do it at first, just like you did.
Right.
And I had to sit there, and I would, and it's just the opposite of the way you want to go. You turn the wheel the opposite way. It took me forever to learn that. I was so sick of that, I couldn't wait to sell. I sold it, Evan. I sold that thing to a guy. See, the reason I bought it, because I wanted to keep my equipment in it. I didn't want to have to keep taking the equipment out. Take it back in.
I did the same thing. It was a convenience.
But, Evan, I didn't use my head because mine wouldn't fit in my garage. It was too tall.
Oh, see, I had mine built custom to make it fit in the garage when I ordered it.
It wouldn't go in the garage door, so I had to have it at a storage. So I had to pay $80 for this thing. But, Bonnie, I sold it to a guy who bought it. He didn't even want to put it on the road. He put it in his yard as his tool shed.
Oh, I like his idea.
Oh, very cool.
I'm like, damn, that's cool. Because this thing was nice. Had the nice wood inside of it and everything.
That's brilliant.
You build it out on the inside the way you want it.
It wasn't brilliant, the money I spent on that thing. It didn't.
Yeah. What size did you have? Do you remember?
I thought I was in there, too. But, I got a trailer now. I'm professional.
In a St. Lucie County courtroom on Monday, the city of Port St. Lucie and Waste Pro USA continued their back and forth over who's holding up their end of the deal, a deal scheduled to end in just a few months. Here's more from WPTV's John Shaman.
The city says that at one point they received up to 3,000 complaints over poor service from Waste Pro and in turn had to hire an outside vendor earlier this year to help clear away yard debris that in some cases had been sitting outside for weeks. When many residents of Port St. Lucie put out their trash, they wonder if it will be picked up that day.
If I bring it out Monday, you expect it to be picked up Monday? Not 3-4 days later.
Monday, representatives of the city and waste provider Waste Pro were back in court.
We've had ups and downs since the beginning of this franchise agreement around early 2019.
Carmen Capizzuto, the neighborhood services director for Port St. Lucie, said yard debris has not been collected in a timely fashion for some time.
Verified reports of anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks in some areas, to the point where, service was completely unacceptable.
The city sued Weiss Pro last year, claiming poor service. Weiss Pro demanded the city pay back $1.2 million in charges the city's levied over the past few years. Right now, Weiss Pro is planning to exit its contract in September, 3 years early.
Things have gotten worse, not better.
Judge Lori Buchanan said it's time to get moving here towards some kind of agreement.
At some point, you got to roll up your sleeves and get it done. So as far as the parties themselves, I'm going to order that they shall meet this week.
The judge also asked the two sides within the next 15 days to get to mediation. And the city on Wednesday is holding a special city council meeting to get an update on where it stands right now in terms of getting a new trash service provider this coming fall. We're live in Port St. Lucie. John Shane to WPTV, News Channel 5.
Jury selection in the death penalty trial of Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz is starting over after the judge suggested her own mistake requires it. Circuit Judge Elizabeth Shearer ruled Monday that she should have questioned potential jurors who said they would not follow the law before she dismissed them. The decision would nullify 2 weeks of work by lawyers for the prosecution and defense. It's been anything but smooth since jury selection started during the first week of April. And a woman in Northern California got stranded in the mountains for 6 days during a heavy snowstorm this month. But she survived by eating snow and a 6-pack of yogurt she happened to have in her car. It's 7:27, and we'll have a look at traffic and weather together next.
Time for a look at sports right now. Phil Mickelson has registered to play in next month's PGA Championship and the U.S. Open in June, and his agents have requested a release from the PGA Tour to allow the 6-time major champion to play in the first event of the Saudi Arabian-financed Live Golf Invitational Series in London in June. Now, in a statement, Mickelson's longtime agent Steve Loy of Sport5 said he still hasn't decided whether he will play in any of the events. Phil currently has no concrete plans on when and where he will play, Loy said. Any action taken are in no way a reflection of a final decision made, but rather to keep all options open. Monday was the deadline for players to ask for a conflicting event release from the PGA Tour to play in the inaugural Live Golf Invitational on June 9th through the 11th. 7:29 is your time. We'll have a look at traffic and weather coming up next.
WPTV's Megan McRoberts, and I've been reporting on the Treasure Coast for years, long enough to know that this place is special.
Same here, Megan. I'm WPTV's Derek Lowe, and I grew up on the Treasure Coast. So take it from me, a lot has changed around here.
We're bringing you what's happening and why it matters. I'm WPTV's John Shainman, and there are so many impactful stories here, it makes you feel good about where you live.
WPTV Treasure Coast News every Saturday at 7 p.m.
And on WPSL and WSTU Sunday morning at 11.
$7:29 is the time right now on the Get Up and Go show as we look out the door, look on the highways. 95 and the Turnpike. Once again, Fort Pierce all the way down to the Jupiter area. You have smooth sailing all the way, no tie-ups, no accidents. All the side streets are looking good on the Treasure Coast. There's your latest look at traffic. 68 degrees under mostly sunny skies right now here on the Treasure Coast. Let's take a look at the weather with Katia Hall from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the low to mid-70s with mainly dry conditions across the viewing area. This afternoon, highs in the mid-80s were partly sunny and only a slim chance of an isolated quick-moving shower. Tomorrow, highs in the mid-80s with some afternoon to evening showers and storms ahead of a front. Thursday, an area of low pressure moves showers over the area, increasing clouds and rain chances, scattered showers and storms with highs in the low 80s. Friday through the weekend, unsettled weather will start off the day with rain at the coast. Then most of the rain should get pushed west towards the lake by the afternoon. Highs in the low 80s through the weekend forecast. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
No hype, just facts. I'm Casey, and I invite you to tune into the Casey Ingram Show at my new time, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Hear from community leaders, learn about some of our great nonprofit organizations, get the latest updates from our elected officials, and meet the candidates. Even rock and roll legends have joined the show from time to time. I'm conservative but not divisive, bringing you the talk of the community. It is a fun and interesting hour beginning at 10 a.m. every Wednesday on WSTU AM 1450 and Facebook Live at the Casey Ingram Show.
The professionals at Mark Breckville Certified Public Accountants are proud to sponsor Treasure Coast Solutions, a community service program designed to provide information you can use, a local perspective on national issues, local solutions to meet your individual concerns. At our firm, we believe that information is knowledge, and with knowledge comes the power to have a positive impact on our lives, businesses, schools, and community. If you would like one of our professionals to address your personal financial or business concerns, please give us a call to set up an appointment at 220-3380.
Living in Florida is paradise, or at least it is until your AC breaks down. And if it does, remember the name, Seacoast Air Conditioning. We offer service in hours, not days. While some AC companies might take a message, be slow to respond, or not answer at all, we at Seacoast always answer the phone, show up on time, and fix the problem right the first time. That's the Seacoast way.
Comfort crisis, don't roast. Call Seacoast.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy from St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We needed more space, so we had to move, but only right across the parking lot next to Subway. We're celebrating our move and new store with a huge sale. 25% off all jewelry, 30% off all Citizen watches, and 75% off all Invicta watches, including special orders. Just mention you heard it right here on WPSL or WSTU and get the coolest T-shirt or keychain free while supplies last. And it might be the best time to sell since gold has reached an all-time high, and we're paying more than ever for your scrap gold jewelry and your fine jewelry, as well as all of your coins and bullion products. St. Lucie Jewelry is the largest buyer of jewelry and coins since 1994, with 2 locations, one in St. Lucie West and one on the corner of Walton Road and US 1. Google us, check out our reviews, and come see us last.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
This is not headline news. Elon Musk is buying Twitter for approximately $44 billion. Meanwhile, the guy who invented MySpace was seen at the dollar store buying ramen. Will Smith reportedly is being counseled by a spiritual guru. Meanwhile, Jada is being entangled by a UPS driver. GM is building an electric Corvette. It's a way for middle-aged bald men to compensate for their tiny carbon footprint. And today is National Richter Scale Day. The Richter scale measures earthquakes caused by tectonic movements, volcanic eruptions, and your mama doing jumping jacks. This is not headline news.
From not headline news to the stupid stuff.
And now it's time for Stupid News.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live? Why are people so stupid?
So we have a couple of good ones for you. We're going to go up to Daytona Beach, Florida to start with, just up the street and around the corner and down the bend, where a 57-year-old named David Stover lives near Daytona Beach and loves Wendy's, but doesn't like paying full price. So, a friend of his used to work at his local Wendy's and gave him a discount. But his friend recently quit, or he got fired. So he didn't have the hookup anymore and came up with a great new plan. getting a law enforcement discount by posing as a DEA agent. On Monday, police responded to a report of an angry customer at the Wendy's who was arguing with the staff. Well, it turned out to be David. And David was demanding the discount and would not back down. They claimed he even flashed a badge, which turned out to be some cheap concealed carry badge that anybody can buy online. It sounds like he had managed to get the discount a few times, but the manager decided to put a stop to it finally. So now he's facing charges for impersonating a police officer, all because he wanted a discount on his double cheeseburger, because his friend used to give it to him. Now his friend doesn't work there anymore. So now he'll get a discount. He'll get free food when he goes to Hotel Wendy's, as they say. A family in Canada recently ordered Domino's Pizza last Tuesday, and within 30 minutes, their 12-year-old cat Dwight was stolen by the delivery driver. Yes, the cat was stolen by the Domino's delivery driver. They have doorbell surveillance footage that shows the driver walking off the porch with Dwight the cat in his arms in broad daylight. Why would you steal somebody's cat? Well, the driver puts the cat in the car and takes off. The family called Domino's, and they were connected directly with the driver, who claimed he thought the cat was a stray. But that doesn't really add up, because he no longer had the cat. He abandoned Dwight the cat 6 miles away. The driver took Dwight the cat from the porch. He's not an outdoor cat, but he occasionally sits out on the porch. The good news is Dwight the cat is finally back at home. The family had started a social media campaign, and he was found very safe. As for the driver, the police are still investigating. It's also unclear if the guy worked for Domino's or if it was one of those delivery services like DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that. The story, in case, still under investigation by the local authorities, so we'll keep you posted and let you know what happens with Dwight the cat. A Lake County woman has been arrested after the sheriff's office says she put a child she was caring for in a dryer and spun him around inside. What is this lady thinking? Amber Chapman, 35, of Eustis, Florida, is facing an aggravated child abuse charge. According to the arrest affidavit, the 4-year-old child was brought to the UF Health Leesburg Hospital when the boy repeatedly stated that, quote, Miss Amber put him in the dryer with towels and he spun around. During an interview with the victim, the boy told investigators that Chapman put him in the dryer, closed the door, and he went round and round and round and round. Chapman then reportedly opened the door, closed it, and spun the boy again. She was eventually arrested and charged with child neglect. Please don't put a child in a dryer, turn it on and spin him around, then open the door and turn it on again and let him go round and round again. Please don't do that. That's just not right. Interesting stuff. Heather and Robin Wilhelm Rautenberg had decided only to have a baby if they could guarantee that it was going to be a girl because of emotional trauma Heather had experienced earlier in her life. So to that end, the two women approached the CNY Fertility Clinic in Latham, New York, which they claim guaranteed them that it could determine the sex of an embryo created using an egg from Robbie and the donor sperm. However, 15 weeks into Heather's pregnancy, the couple was shocked to learn they were having a boy, despite specifically asking for a girl. The two women are now suing the clinic for malpractice and breach of contract, amongst other things. I don't see how they can determine the sex of a child through an embryo. I don't see how that's possible. Lastly, a woman in Australia is upset because somebody vandalized her elderly parents' car, which was parked so that it at least partially blocked the sidewalk in front of her house. They were there to watch her kids while she was away. She says her father parked the car awkwardly on the driveway because her mother has trouble getting around, and it helped get her closer to the house. In any event, a neighbor apparently saw the car, freaked out, and wrote footpath on the hood of the car in permamarker. And it wasn't a small note. It covered the whole hood of the car with a permamarker. The woman shared the story on Facebook and said the vandalism was way out of line. She said the person could have just asked for the car to be moved or left a little note of paper on the car. She's also asking for leads on who actually was the one that wrote with permamarker on the vehicle and damaged the vehicle. 7:42 is your time right now on the Get Up and Go show. We'll take a short pause and we'll be back right after this.
Life has taught you many lessons. Like, all you can eat is strangely unsatisfying. That's why it's better to have what you actually need. You've also learned that one size fits all never seems to fit. That's why a Cigna Medicare Advantage plan gives you care that fits your specific health needs. Learn more at CignaMedicare.com, because life has taught you well. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
Are you an entrepreneur or a business owner along the Treasure Coast? Well, then you should be tuning in to Small Biz Florida from the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Hi, I'm Tom Kinder, your host for Small Biz Florida. Entrepreneurs and business owners will learn how the Florida SBDC and IRSC can help you start, grow, and accelerate your business.
Monday mornings at 11 on WSTU 1450 and worldwide on WPFLTV.com.
Ellie's Downtown Deli is looking for fresh new faces with great outgoing personality and willing to work as a big team. Ellie's Original Downtown Deli and Ellie's Dockside Deli are looking for you. Ellie's is a fast-paced, busy operation that is looking for counter help, to-go packaging, waitresses and waiters, kitchen prep, and cooks. Reach out now and set up your appointment at 772-781-6605 or email Chef Mark Muller at gmail.com.
Get ready to enter an undersea world at the 30th Annual Port St. Lucie Businesswomen Fashion Show. 11 a.m. Saturday, April 30th at the Santa Lucia River Club in Ballantrae. Enjoy a luscious lunch while viewing the latest fashions. This fundraiser supports community action grants and scholarships for women attending IRSC. Tickets are $60 and can be purchased online at pslbw.com.
The Slim Body Laser Spa, the wait is over.
What are you waiting for? Call the Slim Body Laser Spa in Stewart today and start losing inches today. That's right, lose belly fat, your double chin, flabby thighs, upper arm fat. Well, you get the picture. In a short series of laser-assisted weight loss treatments, you can lose inches of unwanted fat. Call 223-5885.
The Slim Body Laser Spa, the wait is over.
Lose weight, feel great, and look fantastic with a little help from Dr. Fred J. Rizacker of Slim Body Laser Spa, East Ocean Boulevard in Stewart. And they're online. Visit their website, slimbodylaser.com. In a few short treatments, you'll see results. Lose 3, 6, even 9 inches of unwanted belly fat. The wait is over. Call today, 223-5885. That's 223-5885.
The Slim Body Laser Spa, the wait is over.
For more than 30 years,
European Kitchen and Bath has been providing the highest quality kitchen and bath products to their customers on the Treasure Coast. Designer fixtures and quality products at affordable prices. So whatever you need, a new sink and faucet to upgrade your current kitchen or bath, or if you're planning a full 100% makeover, European Kitchen and Bath will help you from start to finish. European Kitchen and Bath, serving the entire Treasure Coast. Visit their website, EuropeanSink.com.
Today in Ag News from a Southeast Ag Net. Well, last week, the Council on Environmental Quality announced their final adjustments to portions of the National Environmental Policy Act, otherwise known as NEPA. Several ag groups, though, did raise concern about the Phase 1 NEPA revisions and the negative impact it'll have on agriculture. The latest revisions would effectively reverse the amendments made in 2020, which was the first comprehensive update in more than 40 years. One of those ag groups concerned is the American Farm Bureau Federation. AFBF President Zippy Duval said, "We are disappointed that the Biden administration has decided to reverse common sense reforms to the National Environmental Policy Act." He said, "We urge the administration to stop moving backward and keep focused on working with farmers and ranchers to adapt sound, science-based, and practical conservation goals that protect our resources while creating opportunities for agriculture as well as every sector of the economy." Several ag organizations did originally praise the 2020 revisions for providing a more efficient NEPA review process. That included the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, Public Lands Council, and the American Sheep Industry Association. The White House has noted that the CEQ will continue developing an even broader set of changes to NEPA regulations on Phase 2. If you'd like to read more about this, go to our website, southeastagnet.com.
Farmers, produce safety inspections are here. Prepare your farm with an on-farm readiness review. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services and University of Florida are partnering to provide this on-site preparation service for free. Our team of produce safety experts offer individualized support to make sure your operation meets the regulatory requirements. Contact us to help prepare your farm today. Request your free visit at www.fdacs.gov/OFRR. That's www.fdacs.gov/OFRR.
Filling in for Sabrina Halverson, I'm Randall Wiseman for Southeast AgNet.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:48 on the Get Up and Go Show. We're going to join now back in with G and Bonnie.
Oh, after taking over Nike, the NBA, Nike pushed for radical uniform design changes in those leagues, and I think it's just cool. It's a cool look.
Yeah, and they tell the story. It's like they tell the story that connects to like every home team. Mm-hmm. And in the teams we had the New York Mets upsetting the Cardinals 5-2 yesterday. Houston Astros lost to the Rangers. 8-2, the Phillies over the Rockies.
Yay.
The Brewers losing to the Giants, 4-2. Toronto Blue Jays outscored the Red Sox yesterday, 6-2 was that score.
Right on. That's sports our way. Thanks, Bonnie. 7:49 now. The morning show.
At Martin County Roofing, we build trust with quality work. I'm Derek Alcius, owner of Martin County Roofing with more than 20 years experience in the roofing and construction industry. Whether you need a repair, restoration, or a new roof, both residential or commercial, we offer a seamless client experience, and we serve the entire Treasure Coast. Fully licensed and insured, we specialize in tile, metal, shingle, or flat roof. Contact us today for a free estimate at martincountyroofing.com.
Hi there, I'm WPTV's Megan McRoberts, and I've been reporting on the Treasure Coast for years, long enough to know that this place is special.
Same here, Megan. I'm WPTV's Derek Lowe, and I grew up on the Treasure Coast. So take it from me, a lot has changed around here.
We're bringing you what's happening and why it matters. I'm WPTV's John Shainman, and there are so many impactful stories here, it makes you feel good about where you live.
WPTV Treasure Coast News every Saturday at 7 p.m.
And on WPSL and WSTU Sunday morning at 11.
Is your business back open 100%? Having trouble hiring a staff? Let WPSL, WSTU, and La Gigante help you fill those jobs in English and Spanish. Call us 340-1590 for details.
Portions of our show brought to you by Martin Funeral Home and Crematory, 2 locations, Port St. Lucie and in Stewart.
The premier senior living show on the Treasure Coast is back.
Harbor Place at Port St. Lucie presents Never Alone, a family's guide to senior living. Join Executive Director Jack Waldrop and his guests in the senior living community, live and direct from Harbor Place at 11 o'clock every Tuesday morning on WBSL 1590 or on Alexa, Google Home, and TuneIn worldwide.
Protec Appliance on Oleander Avenue in Fort Pierce, 1 mile north of Midway Road, where there's always a full selection of name brands like Maytag, Amana, GE, Hotpoint, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, and more. Protec will take care of delivery and installation, disposal of old appliances, changing the door on the refrigerator, hooking up water for your ice makers. If you purchase a dryer or a range, Protec will make sure you have the proper 220-volt plug. Protec Appliance has the best selection of reconditioned appliances and trade-ins, all with a 90-day parts and labor warranty. Protec Appliance has a service and parts department that's second to none, covering Indian River to Martin counties 6 days a week. That's one location, 3600 Oleander Avenue in Fort Pierce, 1 mile north of Midway Road. Call 772-461-2444. That's 461-2444 for Protec Appliance.
Hi, this is Rudy Howard, your independent insurance agent. I now specialize in Medicare, health insurance, and small group insurance. That number is 475-8856. Same great service, more flexible hours. Just give me a call, 475-8856.
We talked earlier with Evan. We teased the thing, actually, how not to go broke at a baseball park this summer. And I said tease Evan about it because I always mentioned to him that it costs like $70 for a pizza at Hooper Park when you go there for a game. I'm like, good Lord, a $70 pizza? But Evan, according to this story, going to Major League Baseball games isn't cheap, and we know that. It's a lot cheaper than going to a football game. I'll tell you that, it's a lot cheaper than going down to see the Dolphins play.
Mm-hmm.
But last season, the average cost for a family of four was over $250.
Wow.
So if you're planning on going to a game this summer, how can you keep the price reasonable enough to make to go to actually two games? Now, there's not much you can do about the ticket prices other than going to unpopular games, like ones on weekday afternoons or getting lucky on StubHub. But, Evan, I've never seen this at a stadium, and I've go to ballparks, do an all-you-can-eat package. Do y'all have one of them?
No, we don't have an all-you-can-eat package. I know that theme parks have packages because, as you know, food in theme parks are very expensive also.
Well, yeah, but according to this, lots of teams now have sections of seats that are all you can eat, and with the cost of food at the ballpark, the math really works out in your favor. Now, Evan, I'm old school. Whatever happened to let's eat before we get there?
Exactly, or pack a sandwich. Take a sandwich with you.
Dude, when you got a big family, you're going to the ballpark, have a picnic basket.
That's right.
In the parking lot, eat your sandwiches and everything, and just buy beverages when you get there.
Those are even expensive.
Well, yeah, of course, about like $5 for a Coke.
Yeah, $5 or $7.
But you're going to get that souvenir cup, Evan.
Yes.
You know what might not be a bad idea either? If you have your family of four, get that $70 pizza and have everybody share it.
No, what's even better, bring the pizza in one of those pizza things that they deliver your pizza in.
Mm-hmm.
Have them delivered to you in the parking lot and eat it in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking $20 as opposed to $60 or $70, buddy.
Oh, great.
That is true. Will they deliver it to you up in the stands too?
Oh, heck no.
No.
The ballpark ain't going to allow that.
No.
You're asking for way too much now, Bonnie Ashley.
Well, I had to ask. 7:54 now. Incumbent U.S. Representative Brian Mast announced Monday that he will seek to represent the Treasure Coast in Washington, D.C. for a fourth time. Mast has represented the state's 18th congressional district, which encompasses St. Lucie, Martin, and the northeastern part of Palm Beach County since 2016. During his time in office, Mast has been a staunch supporter of stopping harmful discharges from Lake Okeechobee to the St. Lucie estuary. St. Lucie County middle school teacher is under arrest for child abuse after authorities said she threw a broken metal broom handle at a student, then hit him at least twice with it. Sintaji Darling Lundy, age 49, of Port St. Lucie, has been fired from her job at Forest Grove Middle School near Fort Pierce. According to Darling Lundy's arrest report, students and staff members who witnessed the incident said the teacher was using a broom to sweep her classroom on April 19 when the metal handle broke off. The victim picked up the broken handle, ran with it, according to witnesses. Darling Lundy then took the broken piece away from the student and cut her hand while doing so. And according to St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, the victim said Darling became angered by his behavior, threw the broken broom handle at him, missing him, but breaking a computer screen. Victim said Darling Lundy became angered, chased him, pinned him between two desks, then hit him 3 times with the broken broom handle on his leg, hand, and arm. She did not write the victim up because it was a playful interaction. She said she later gave him chewing gum and the next day asked for a hug, according to Lundy's statement. In our traffic report, to the south of us, for those of you on the TuneIn app listening, I-95 northbound, the West Palm Beach area, there is a vehicle crash at Blue Heron. This is I-95 northbound with no roadblock. Call when you see traffic. We're at 340-1590.
I just saw this, and I didn't know this was true. It says almost every major league ballpark allows you to bring in outside food. So I guess you can take food in there, Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would do it out in the parking lot. I didn't know that you could actually bring it into the ballpark.
You know, I think I would, I had the idea in the first place, like have them bring food to you in the ballpark in the stands, but I think really if I went in, I would want to respect the ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you can always buy off the children's menu, Evan.
You gave my secret away.
Don't tell me you get the McDonald's. What is this meal called at McDonald's? The
Chicken Nugget Happy Meal.
Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Buy off if you poke around, you can probably find some food stands with a discount menu or children's menu. Even though you're not a child, you get plenty of food at a more reasonable price. That ain't enough food for me.
Or just bring the children. Then you'll really feel like you're saving.
Yeah, and you'll mooch off them. That's all.
Or go on promotional nights like things like Dollar Dog Night and other nights with food specials.
Dollar Night at Clover Park every Thursday.
And don't y'all have a dollar beer night too?
It's dollar beers,
mm-hmm.
$2 hot dogs, $1 popcorn,
mm-hmm.
and it's on Thursday nights.
Shameless plug.
Yes, thank you.
But we like it because it's mostly affordable.
Yeah.
And now we can know we can go there on Thursday nights.
Yeah, but we'll see you at Dollar Night, Evan. Thanks a lot, man. 7:58 now, the morning show, GB&E.
Are you an entrepreneur or business owner along the Treasure Coast? Well, then you should be tuning in to Small Biz Florida from the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Hi, I'm Tom Kindred, your host for Small Biz Florida. Entrepreneurs and business owners will learn how the Florida SBDC and IRSC can help you start, grow, and accelerate your business.
Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. on WPSL and worldwide WPSLTV.com.
Coming up on 7:59 on the Get Up and Go show, we're going to take a short pause for the cause, and the news is going to be coming up next, and then Christine Weiss is going to be here from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. We're going to be talking a whole lot of good stuff about that big scandal going on with this pool company bilking all these people out of thousands and thousands of dollars. They have disappeared, and people want their pools built. We'll talk to Christine about that coming up in just a little bit right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Its foreign minister says it's Ukraine that's the one risking provoking it as Russia keeps attacking that country, taking another city, Crimea. He also warned the conflict could go nuclear, this as the U.S. keeps supporting Ukraine.
We're here to help Ukraine win the fight against Russia's unjust invasion.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin hosting a meeting with his counterparts from about 40 countries to drum up more military aid.
The conference came together in the last week alone. The invitations went out just a week ago. And since that meeting with Secretary Austin and Secretary Blinken in Kyiv with President Zelensky, since those images came out, over a dozen more nations sent RSVPs, yes, and sent their defense ministers here.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the talks at Ramstein Air Base in Germany. President Biden's attempt to undo a Trump border policy goes to the Supreme Court this morning.
The Trump administration first enacted the Remain in Mexico provision requiring asylum seekers approaching the U.S. southern border stay there while their case is decided by U.S. officials. The Biden administration tried to undo that, but they were halted by lower courts who ruled the White House didn't go about it correctly.
Fox's Evan Brown, the hearing the day after a judge put a hold on the president's plan to end Title 42 next month. That Trump COVID-era policy blocked some migrants from being allowed into the U.S. for health reasons. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy took a trip to the Texas border, claiming ending the policy will lead to a surge of migrants allowed into the country.
It's not just unsustainable now. It'll be uncontrollable then.
President Biden has this morning issued his first 3 pardons. One of them goes to Abraham Bolden Sr., who's now 86. He was the first black Secret Service agent to protect the president in the 1960s, later convicted of federal bribery charges. The 2 other pardons went to people convicted of drug crimes. America's listening to Fox News.
Every 3 seconds, there's a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name or even selling your personal info on the dark web. Protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock monitors your info and alerts you to potential identity threats. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, it's easy to help protect yourself. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEWS.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the world is throwing everything it has at you. And to succeed, you need someone to guide you through. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice to help you navigate whatever challenges you're up against and get you safely to where you want to be. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
The world's richest man, Elon Musk, is readying his takeover of Twitter after agreeing to buy the social media company for $44 billion. The CEO of Tesla and SpaceX says he'll make Twitter better, getting rid of bots and making the platform fair for everyone.
Former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey tweeting his support for Musk, saying Elon's goal of creating a platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is the right one. And Jeff Bezos using Twitter to launch a conspiracy theory alluding to China benefiting from Musk's buyout, since Tesla operates a huge factory in Shanghai and buys materials for its lithium batteries from China.
On Fox's Marianne Rafferty, Jeff Bezos, the former CEO for Amazon. Former President Trump kicked off Twitter after last year's Capitol riots, says even if Musk allowed him back on, he would not return to Twitter, focused instead on his own Truth Social messaging platform. On Wall Street, stock futures have been down, but most markets overseas are rising. A Major League Baseball player still sidelined over sexual assault allegations is now suing his accuser.
A lawsuit filed Monday in U.S. District Court in California. Trevor Bauer's attorney said that the woman who took out a temporary restraining order against him last year, quote, fabricated allegations of sexual assault and pursued bogus criminal and civil actions. The Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher is now seeking unspecified damages after being cleared of any criminal wrongdoing stemming from 2 sexual encounters with the accuser. Bauer remains on administrative leave by Major League Baseball, but he has been pursuing legal action against multiple people since learning he would not face charges, including several media outlets over their coverage of the allegations. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
The Brooklyn Nets swept out of the NBA playoffs, losing Game 4 to the Boston Celtics 116-112. Toronto stays alive.
Siakam takes it right to the rack, where Toronto has had dramatic results.
The Raptors beat the Sixers 103-88 on NBA TV, but Philadelphia still has a 3-2 lead. Dallas went up 3-2 on Utah, 102-77 blowout. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Are you looking for your dream home? I am Eileen Simons, a licensed realtor with eXp Realty. My team and I can help you find your dream home on the Treasure Coast and beyond. I bring 20-plus years experience with the residential real estate market, helping both buyers and sellers achieve their dreams. Call or text me at 772-200-5105 or visit our website at mydreamhomeusa.com.
For more than 30 years, European Kitchen and Bath has been providing the highest quality kitchen and bath products to their customers on the Treasure Coast. Designer fixtures and quality products at affordable prices. So whatever you need, a new sink and faucet to upgrade your current kitchen or bath, or if you're planning a full 100% makeover, European Kitchen and Bath will help you from start to finish. European Kitchen and Bath, serving the entire Treasure Coast. Visit their website, EuropeanSink.com.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Hour number 3 for you and me this morning.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what you find hilarious about this.
Why are you up so early?
Because I have a radio show to do.
Don't you remember what today is?
Yes, today is Tuesday, and the time now is 8:06. Mr. Clock, would you do the honors, please?
It's now 8:06 a.m.
8:06 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show.
Yeah.
8:07 is the time right now, and when you hear this music and you know that it's Tuesday morning, you know what time it is. It's time for our weekly visit with the Martin County Sheriff's Office, and pinch hitting for Major Chief Deputy John Budenseek is the Public Information Officer, Christine Crucifix Weiss, otherwise known in my world as my personal friend. Christine's on the line. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. You know that theme song will be forever branded. You hear that? And
yeah.
And you'll forever.
All the time. I use that when I bring John. I use that and something else when I bring John on, because John never knows where I'm going with the introduction, because I go so many different places with you guys. I just kind of go with the mood, and I was kind of feeling the reggae mood this morning. I'm like, let me get the bad boy steam out.
Well, I love that song. So, and the Chief's in training. There's a training week for a lot of different people. So he's out of town in training, and the guys and the ladies are all training this week. So, you know, we do a lot of training.
Yeah, lots of training to you know, everybody needs training. We all need training to better ourselves in the world today. Has Martin County Sheriff's Office ever been on Cops before, just out of curiosity?
You know what? Yes, they did.
Nice.
Years ago, I remember Captain Dowdy. I mean, they still play the reruns. You'll see them every now and then, and you'll say, wow, but that was years ago.
Yeah.
And then we were invited to be on the recent popular one. I'm trying Live PD, I think.
I love that show, Live PD, with the guy's nickname is Sticks. He's one of the hosts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my husband and I, we met them. He's really a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Him and the producer. We met them a couple of years ago, and that show is really running hard, but we just never made it on the show because our sheriff's office is just so busy.
Yeah.
We just don't, you know, we don't have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of staff to, you know, it's really hard. You really have to coordinate it. But I don't even know if Live PD is back on.
I don't think it is. I haven't seen it on TV at all.
Yeah. So we didn't get a chance to get on that show. But.
Let's jump into our conversation because, man, there's a lot of crap going on with this whole pool company scam going on. It's all over the news. Every time I turn on the tube for the last couple of days, these people need to be caught and persecuted, prosecuted, whatever you want to do. But a lot of people got holes in the ground and they're not swimming.
Well, I think that you probably recall there was a prior pool company, Amore, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Those two individuals ended up in jail simply because they had a fraudulent license, and a lot of people got taken there. Mm-hmm. In this case, I believe it's called Pro Pool Builders.
Right.
We have Martin County Sheriff's Office is working 26 complaints on them.
Whoa.
So we have 26 reports of work not being completed.
So there's 26 people that have holes in their backyard with no water.
No, and some of them had holes. Some of them don't even have that. What they do all have in common is there is money that they paid out in the work.
Yeah.
So, and some up to $52,000. Wow. Some, they kept, giving draws or however they come and do something, so you give some more. So here's where it stands in Martin County. Mm-hmm. Those complaints are now being investigated, and there's a lot of work to be done on these. Mm-hmm. So what we're looking at is if this pool company, what their issue was. Are they just slow? Did they promise the work? Some of the people weren't guaranteed the pool for a couple more months now.
Right.
So are they having supply issues? Did they take the money? Where was the money spent? So the detectives are really looking into it now to see if there was any criminal activity involved in this, or were they a victim of the times, or was it bad management? We don't know what it is yet. We do know this, 26 people. I think the 15 complaints, I looked at 15 complaints yesterday, and it totaled about $745,000.
Wow.
Just for those 15.
You have to give the company the benefit of the doubt. Like you said, they have to, your people have to do the investigation, because what you see on TV is just one-sided. You don't see the other side where the sheriff's office has to dot the I's, cross the T's, do the investigation, and make sure that they are not ripping people up, because, as you know, with the pandemic and everything that's been going on the last couple of years, supplies are very hard to get a hold of these days.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And then I think that, and I don't know this for a fact, but I would assume that some vendors or companies are also dealing with the fact that the supplies they can get, there was a price increase on all of them.
Yeah.
So they don't incorporate that into their contract. However, on the flip side of that, it doesn't help when you don't answer your phone.
No.
And it doesn't help when the consumer goes to the business and it's locked up.
Yeah.
None of that helps, and it all looks.
It doesn't look good, and all that goes in notes into the investigation that your people are doing to see if it's a criminal investigation or not.
Right. Well, I can tell you this: it is a criminal investigation, but right now we're dealing with complaints, and we don't know if But I will say this: our detective bureau, if they'll get it, if they're very good forensically, and they start with each complaint, and they collect all the paperwork, and then they do their investigation, and they were able to secure an arrest on the Amore pool.
Right.
So they will see what has happened in this case, and because of the times, you don't know right now what happened. The sad part is that several people, not just in this jurisdiction, but you got St. Lucie, Indian River County, some we were getting from all over.
Right.
These people take out second mortgages on their house, and they utilize their savings.
Well, that's what we did when we built our home. I'm not going to mention the pool company name. They were reputable. They did a great job. I had no complaints. And the way we took out a second mortgage, we had plenty of equity in the home. So our pool was like $36,000 out the door with the screen, patio, and everything. And this is like 8-9 years ago. We didn't want nothing fancy. We just wanted a hole in the ground with water, somewhere we could swim. So the way our pool company did it, they did it in draws. So every time they completed something before they would do the next step, you gave them a draw. So you paid for what was done right after it was completed, not before it got completed, which I was super comfortable with. Because let's say they do the forming with the rebar, and that's done. Okay, now they need the draw for it. You pay the draw, then they go to the next step. Now they're going to pour the concrete. They pour the concrete, boom, you pay for the concrete, then they go to the next step. Unlike this company was you pay in advance, then they're supposed to do what they're paying for.
Well, I saw in the reports there's a lot of deposits that were made, and then there were some where, yes, they did a little, but they wanted a little bit more money, and they did a little, and they wanted and the bottom line is some people have only a little bit of work done. Some people have that hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Here's another. This is just, to me, it's a consumer. It's a terrible situation.
Yeah.
Two of the victims, or two of these people who have filed a report, were victims of the first pool company.
Mm-hmm. Amore.
And so now, not only were they out that money, now they're sitting back wondering, how did this happen to me twice?
Wait a minute. So they went to Amore. They paid for a pool. Amore started the work, and then they never finished it. Then they went to this pool company to finish it, paid them money, and they never got it finished.
That's correct.
Oh, my Lord.
And we fortunately, Representative John Snyder, he's going to take a look at the law and see, make some calls to see if this can be buttoned up some way.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like the consumer is really getting beat on this.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
It's terrible. And now you have, second mortgage rates, if you're fluctuating, they're going up.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine paying an additional house payment on a second mortgage at $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. It hurts me to think that I could lose $30,000.
Yeah, that's it's an awful lot of money. I mean, my suggestion is, before you hire any kind of contractor, whether it's a pool company, a roofer, or whatever, do due diligence, investigate before you invest, check them out, look on Google, look at reviews, talk to other people, call references, and just do your homework.
Do your homework. And, see how long they've been in business.
Yeah.
And I have said this before because I'm a communications person.
Mm-hmm.
Speak to people, please.
Yeah.
Pick
Agreed.
up the phone. Go see them. Say, I've got this reference. Can I see their work? Let's stop with the texts and the emails and the social media posts.
Mm-hmm.
And we have really lost our way when it comes to communicating with people.
Yeah.
We've just lost that touch.
Yeah.
And I think that I hope that we get that back because people need to start working on person-to-person contact.
Yeah, totally agree.
Go and see their references. I don't know what they would have seen on this case of this Pro Pool Builders case. I don't know what kind of work they would have seen. I do believe that Pro Pool Builders has only been in business maybe less than 2 years. And but we will continue to take the complaints if you think that you're trying to reach them, you've made payments and nothing has happened. The sad part is if it goes the way of the first pool company, which I hope it doesn't, there really is no recovery on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how a person recovers that funding. Again, it hurts me. To look at the figures on 15 reports, like I said, it was calculating 745,000. We have 26 complaints.
Yeah, I'm looking at their reviews now online. I literally, as you were speaking, I went on Google, and they have 3 5-star reviews, and everything else is 1 star, and that's it. That's a red flag right there.
You know what? I would find those 5 stars. Do you know how easy it is to give yourself a review on Google?
Yeah, of course.
So I would find those 5-star people and say, "Can I come and see the work?" And,
yeah, I mean the girl that wrote 5 stars, She wrote, great company, wonderful people, took longer than expected due to pool supply shortages. Now, right there, that's a flag for me because that's a friend, I think, putting up a review like that to, yeah.
You just never know, and that's when I talk about person-to-person contact and actually going to see something. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's great to read it. It's great to see a text or an email. Oh, yeah, they've done. Let me get back to basics and make contact with people. It's so hard for me to I want to help the consumer. You know, I want to show them what to do.
Yeah.
You never want to make someone feel worse than they already feel. They thought they did the right thing. They got the recommendations. Let's just hope this does some type of a turnaround for these people because a $50,000, one had a $52,000. $52,000.
Man.
You know that could topple somebody.
Yeah.
That could wreck somebody.
Yeah, definitely so. I wish we had more time to chat. I mean, I could talk an hour on this subject. It's really, it's unbelievable, and I miss having you on. I will say that much. And you need to be.
Thank you.
I'll
be back.
more.
One more thing I want to add to that, Evan. If you're doing any contractor, try to contact their suppliers.
Yeah.
Find out where they buy their goods and ask them if they're in arrears. They're in arrears or if they're current. That is going to tell you a lot right there.
Yeah, definitely so.
Okay.
No problem. It's Christine Crucifix Weiss. She is the Public Information Officer for the Martin County Sheriff's Office, a very close friend of the program as well. And Christine, always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Same here. Have a wonderful week.
You too. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. It's time for the Precious Metals Report, brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,903.60 an ounce. Silver opening up $23.58 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin.
Hi, this is
those are the days
from St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We needed more space, so we had to move, but only right across the parking lot next to Subway. We're celebrating our move and new store with a huge sale. 25% off all jewelry, 30% off all Citizen watches, and 75% off all Invicta watches, including special orders. Just mention you heard it right here on WPSL or WSTU, and get the coolest T-shirt or keychain free while supplies last. And it might be the best time to sell since gold has reached an all-time high, and we're paying more than ever for your scrap gold jewelry and your fine jewelry, as well as all of your coins and bullion products. St. Lucie Jewelry is the largest buyer
two of them together
coins since 1994, with 2 locations, one in St. Lucie West and one on the corner of Walton Road and US 1. Google us, check out our reviews, and come see us last.
8:23 is the time right now. We're going to join back in with G and Bonnie.
Yeah. But he was good in the Mall Cop thing. That movie.
Paul Blart, Mall Cop.
Yeah.
He's great.
Kevin James is a funny guy.
He's a funny guy, but, I thought he was younger than 57 even. He's kind of, he's got that roly-poly daddy kind of.
The roly-poly.
But he
wears
young.
onesies, too, by the way.
Thank you.
He's copying Evan.
He is. That's right. I'm proud of it, too.
Call him up, Evan. And
Bonnie, I'm going to buy you a onesie for Christmas. You and Gary matching onesies this year.
Well, I could use a onesie. You can get it before I go on vacation. I need something to go swimming
in. Will you wear it on the plane?
I got to ask you, though, Evan, does the butt snap out like the onesies for the little babies?
There is a snap in the bottom that it snaps together, so if you have to go to the bathroom, you unsnap it and pull it up.
Because, I would think you just snap the back out and there you go.
Best to have a diaper pin handy in case
that way you won't have to pull them down when you go. Well, no, never mind.
Whatever. TMI.
I guess, Michael Damian, do you remember him? He was Danny from The Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
Superstar actor, singer, turning 60 today.
Yeah.
I think he had a song out, too, a while back. Was kind of like a one-hit wonder.
Think of
some
Laura,
sort of song.
Laugh, don't cry.
Oh, man, I remember that song.
Christopher Cross.
Comedy legend Carol Burnett is 89.
Oh, I like her. And Mama's Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mama's Family and
Mama, whatever that was.
her
and that
and
Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence played Mama.
And what is it, Harvey so-and-so?
Harvey Korman.
Oh,
there
enough.
was all the, oh boy, they always were live, almost like an improv. I mean, they weren't improv, but they were live, and that live stuff was so good.
That's Dorothy's dress? That doesn't look like Dorothy's dress in The Wizard of Oz. I mean, it looks like it, but it looks like it's faded or something.
The color looks off, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've got it for auction. Wonder how much they want for that. Not that I'm going to buy it or anything. I'm just saying.
Oh, you weren't going to buy it for
me? No.
See, I got my Dorothy because I have my Wizard of Oz mug here.
Now, those shoes, what do you think's worth more? Those ruby slippers or the dress?
The ruby slippers would be worth more than the dress.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they weren't real ruby, were they?
The slippers were such an iconic scene when the witch went to look for the slippers, and then all of a sudden the feet come in and they were gone.
Oh, you know, my favorite scene is that witch riding that bike.
Oh, yeah.
I love where she's hauling butt on that bike, man. Look at this, she's not even the witch yet. She's just the lady that turns into the witch, but she's just so mean.
She was.
I mean, as a kid, if you were to see that person, you'd be afraid. Mm-hmm. You'd be like she's a monster or something.
Even if you hadn't seen The Wizard of Oz before, knowing she was...
I think so, because she just looked mean.
You're saying she's a scary-looking woman, Gene?
She is. Yeah, she is.
Thank you for your honesty.
You're very welcome, Bonnie.
The city of Stuart was to announce, make that a Florida publisher reacts to rejected status over math instructional material, and we do have WPTV's, Katie Legrone with the story.
The student will go through and they'll answer each question.
As we all wait to learn exactly why 41% of math textbooks submitted by publishers to Florida's Department of Education were rejected.
Everybody's talking about this.
Meet one of those publishers whose math material landed on the state's rejected list.
Sure, it's disappointing.
Vinny Faris is president and CEO of Link Systems International, a small Tampa-based technology firm that publishes digital-only educational products, including this online math homework system.
The program will show you exactly how to do it.
For the first time, they submitted to be added to the state's lucrative list of approved instructional math material.
This is the thing that we're really all talking about.
And while it's been more than a week since they learned their products didn't add up to the state's newly adopted BEST standards, they only got the details why a few days ago, after the state issued this press release accusing some publishers of trying to indoctrinate students.
To not get any feedback across the board for anybody, that felt a little odd.
Since his material did not include references to prohibited topics such as critical race theory and social emotional learning, we asked Faris about these limited examples the state recently posted on its website. One shows bar graphs measuring racial prejudice by age and politics. And this one is titled Social and Emotional Learning.
I'm not surprised some of these books got completely declined.
That's because in this 2021 memo he shared with us, the state's head of public schools specifically advised publishers to not incorporate unsolicited strategies such as social emotional learning and culturally responsive teaching in instructional material.
Those were pretty egregious examples of just ignoring the Florida mandates, but I don't know if every single instance people will have that glaring of an obvious violation.
Across the state, Florida's textbook turndowns has school districts halting plans to purchase textbooks for next year. In Hillsborough County, the district is reviewing the list with publishers since 3 math books they selected were rejected by the state. In Miami-Dade, orders for all instructional math material are now on hold until concerns identified by Florida's Department of Education have been resolved.
From here, I can create new assignments.
For the next few days, this publisher and his team will be dissecting the state's scorecard to determine if making changes is worth more fuss than what they and other rejected publishers have already been handed.
It could be in a month that they're all back on the list. The story's not over.
Publishers have the next few weeks to appeal. Meantime, the state maintains it has a responsibility to ensure these textbooks align with newly adopted standards and do not include strategies prohibited by state law. I'm Katie Legrone reporting.
A missing child alert has been issued for a 2-month-old boy who was last seen in Fort Pierce. According to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the baby, Azan Lisby, was last seen in the 1700 North 12th Street area. Azan is described as a black newborn baby. Officials said he may be in the company of Robert Lisby and Joy Tyler in a 2017 gray Dodge Durango with Florida tag number PET C97. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Azan Lisby, Robert Lisby, or Joy Tyler asked to contact the Fort Pierce Police Department at 772-465-5770. It's 8:30, and we'll have weather and traffic together for you next.
Time for a look at sports right now. We go to the Major League Baseball scoreboard from yesterday. The Giants over the Brewers 4-2. The Phillies over the Rockies 8-2. That was a good one. Also, the Red Sox fell to the Blue Jays 6-2. The Mets over the Cards 5-2. The Rangers over the Astros 6-2. The Angels blanked the Guardians 3-zip, and the Dodgers blanked the Diamondbacks 4-zip. 8:30 is your time right now. We'll have a look at traffic and weather coming up next.
The professionals at Mark Breckville Certified Public Accountants are proud to sponsor Treasure Coast Solutions, a community service program designed to provide information you can use, a local perspective on national issues, local solutions to meet your individual concerns. At our firm, we believe that information is knowledge, and with knowledge comes the power to have a positive impact on our lives, businesses, schools, and community. If you would like one of our professionals to address your personal financial or business concerns, please give us a call to set up an appointment at 220-3380.
8:31 is the time right now. Let's take a look outside the door once again and see what's going on the highways and byways. Looks like no tie-ups on the Turnpike or 95 north and southbound Fort Pierce all the way down to Jupiter. All your side streets looking good. There's your latest look at traffic. 72 degrees right now under mostly sunny skies this morning. Let's take a look at your weather from WPTV and Katia Hall.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the low to mid-70s with mainly dry conditions across the viewing area. This afternoon, highs in the mid-80s were partly sunny and only a slim chance of an isolated quick-moving shower. Tomorrow, highs in the mid-80s with some afternoon to evening showers and storms ahead of a front. Thursday, an area of low pressure moves over the area, increasing clouds and rain chances, scattered showers and storms with highs in the low 80s. Friday through the weekend, unsettled weather will start off the day with rain at the coast. Then most of the rain should get pushed west towards the lake by the afternoon. Highs in the low 80s through the weekend forecast.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katia Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
No hype, just facts. I'm Casey, and I invite you to tune into the Casey Ingram Show at my new time, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Hear from community leaders, learn about some of our great nonprofit organizations, get the latest updates from our elected officials, and meet the candidates. Even rock and roll legends have joined the show from time to time. I'm conservative but not divisive, bringing you the talk of the community. It is a fun and interesting hour beginning at 10 a.m. every Wednesday on WSTU AM 1450 and Facebook Live at the Casey Ingram Show.
For more than 30 years, European Kitchen and Bath has been providing the highest quality kitchen and bath products to their customers on the Treasure Coast. Designer fixtures and quality products at affordable prices. So whatever you need, a new sink and faucet to upgrade your current kitchen or bath, or if you're planning a full 100% makeover, European Kitchen and Bath will help you from start to finish. European Kitchen and Bath, serving the entire Treasure Coast. Visit their website, EuropeanSink.com.
Ellie's Downtown Deli is looking for fresh new faces with great outgoing personality and willing to work as a big team. Ellie's Original Downtown Deli and Ellie's Dockside Deli are looking for you. Ellie's is a fast-paced, busy operation that is looking for counter help, to-go packaging, waitresses and waiters, kitchen prep, and cooks. Reach out now and set up your appointment at 772-781-6605 or email Chef Mark Muller at gmail.com. Are
Are you an entrepreneur or business owner along the Treasure Coast? Well, then you should be tuning in to Small Biz Florida from the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Hi, I'm Tom Kindred, your host for Small Biz Florida. Entrepreneurs and business owners will learn how the Florida SBDC and IRSC can help you start, grow, and accelerate your business.
Monday mornings at 11 on WSTU 1450 and worldwide on WPFLTV.com.
The IRSC tradition of champions is continuing. 2022 was an amazing year in the classroom and the courts, pool, and fields. 18 of our student athletes had straight A's. The rest of the athletic department averaged better than a 3.2 grade point average. National domination in the pool continued, as did basketball, baseball, softball, and volleyball. 2023 will be here before you know it, and the tradition of champions will continue at the river in 2023.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
8:35 on the Get Up and Go Show, running just a tad bit behind, but that's okay. He's very patient, floating around in outer space, waiting to land back on Earth like they did yesterday. So please welcome in Randy Segal, Captain Randy Segal, with the Space Report. And I got to tell you, Randy, that landing was just absolutely gorgeous.
Wasn't it amazing?
Wow, to see them come out of the capsule and everything.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. To see them hanging in the capsule when they're coming in with their parachutes. That was just awesome.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff, man. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, it certainly did bring back 4 members from outer space coming back to Earth. The Axiom 1 mission coming in with the capsule Endeavour landed yesterday in the Atlantic Ocean just off Jacksonville. You had former astronaut Michael Lopez Allegra, plus you had one Larry Connor, who was the pilot, Etan Stibbe, and Mark Pathé, who were mission specialists. The 4 of them spent originally 10 days in space, but due to bad weather, they ended up spending about 12 days in space. And they had a nominal re-entry at 1:06 p.m. yesterday afternoon. Highly successful mission, to say the least. And guess what? They're getting ready to have the next vehicle go up tomorrow. That's right. Approximately 5 days after the launch, they will launch the spacecraft Freedom. That launch is scheduled for tomorrow at 3:52 a.m. in the morning, and it will carry NASA astronauts Phagea Lindgren, Bob Hines, and Jessica Watson, along with Samantha Cristofiorte from the European Space Agency. So no moss grows under their feet. They continue to have those launches take place, and there's a 90% chance of favorable weather. So it looks like everything is going to be go for that launch early in the morning. If they fail to launch on time, there's a 60% chance of weather violation the next day, and then it drops down again to 20% the following day. But so far, everything is looking extremely well. The Russians are getting ready for another spacewalk to take place in a couple of days from the International Space Station. Russian cosmonauts Oleg Artsemeyev and Denis Medvedev will be exiting the station to work on the station's new robot arm. They want to get it operational. They'll dismantle covers and screen vacuum thermal insulation from the European arm. They will prepare the end effectuators and the elbow so it'll work properly. They'll install 3 new handrails, and they'll monitor the movements of the arm itself as they make sure it is working properly. In the mission that ended, the AX mission, they're ready to fly again in about a year. During the first quarter of next year, Axiom Space will launch its next crew to the International Space Station. The head of that vehicle will be astronaut Peggy Whitson, who is actually a former astronaut, and she holds NASA's record for cumulative time in orbit, 665 days. She will go into space with John Schaffner, and then there'll be 2 more crew members who will be added in the coming weeks. So we're starting to learn more about that new crew that will be heading to the space station. The European Space Agency has said that they are severing cooperative activity with Russia on their upcoming Luna 25, 26, and 27 missions. They say the aggression against the Ukraine and the results have put in jeopardy further cooperation with Russia, including working with them on a vehicle going to Mars. The ExoMars mission, which would have paired the European Space Agency and Russia together for a lander, has now been delayed indefinitely. So the problems with Russia continue to multiply as we move forward. However, Russia is undaunted in launching new vehicles. They intend to launch their new Angara A1.2 rocket on the 28th. If everything goes well, it'll introduce a new vehicle that Russia can use besides their Soyuz to put spacecrafts into orbit, as well as manned spacecrafts. So a lot is going on. Meanwhile, at some point later today, China will launch its Long March 11H, along with 2 Gofang satellites. These are Earth imaging satellites. They're scheduled to launch this afternoon. Then, tomorrow morning, we're going to see the Electron Company from the Bahia Peninsula in New Zealand launch another Electron rocket nicknamed There and Back Again, as they hope to recover that vehicle by helicopter. As the first stage parachutes down to Earth, they intend to grab it. We wish them a whole lot of luck for that. SpaceX has its first customer using their Starlink spacecraft. Hawaiian Airlines will now be using the Starlink for Wi-Fi on their flights between the continental United States and Hawaii. They're the first ones to have commercial use of that vehicle. Elon Musk, aside from buying Twitter, has an assembly plant going in Austin, Texas, that is producing Tesla vehicles. He also is working with Black Sky, another company that wants to put up 14 satellites into a constellation, for Earth imaging. We wish them luck as they try to move forward. NASA is getting ready to move back into its vehicle assembly building, its Space Launch System. NASA had the Space Launch System, which is the vehicle for the Artemis 1 mission to the moon, having to move back to the vehicle assembly building for repairs. As they were getting ready to add fuel to the vehicle in a wet dress rehearsal, they found that there were valve problems, and as a result, they could not fill the tanks with the supercooled fuels that they needed. So the wet dress rehearsal was canceled, and now they're moving it back 4.2 miles to the vehicle assembly building in preparation for another try. Tomorrow we'll tell you about China wanting to conduct 6 missions this year and more about that Electron rocket. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Segal with the Space Report. He appears on the program each and every weekday around 8:30 to give you all the information that you need with news that you can use pertaining to outer space. Time to head on over to Ellie's Dockside Deli. That's right, the latest and greatest new place you can go for breakfast is at Ellie's Dockside Deli. In addition to their other location, Ellie's Downtown Deli, they've got such items as breakfast sandwiches, ham, egg, and cheese sandwiches, biscuits and gravy, fruit parfaits, fruit cups, assorted pastries, you name it, they have it all. Ellie's Dockside Deli is a full breakfast and a lunch menu available for takeout and eating by the water or on your boat at their new location. They're at 3555 Southeast St. Lucie Boulevard in the Waterside Sailfish Marina. They're open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Wednesday through Sunday. Only Wednesday through Sunday. Give them a call at 772-291-2706. That's Ellie's Dockside Deli, located in the Waterside Sailfish Marina. And if you're looking for employment, Ellie's Downtown Deli and Ellie's Dockside Deli is hiring. Give Chef Mark a phone call or shoot him an email. You can definitely reach out to them. The number to Ellie's Downtown Deli to call is 772-781-6605. You can go down there, fill out an application, and if you're qualified, they'll hire you right on the spot. They are looking for people to work at both their locations. Make sure and check out the all-new Ellie's Dockside Deli.
Forbearances, working remotely, internet shopping, retail space, and rental income have been hit hard by COVID. If you're looking to restructure your debt, obtain financing or equity, Commercial Mortgage can help you out. Tim Mullen at Commercial Mortgage has been providing debt restructuring services since 2003. Tim never charges a front fee, and all consultations are free. Tim only gets paid if he provides you a debt workout. Looking for a debt solution or financing? Give Tim a call at 772-872-6099 or visit commercialmortgagellc.com to schedule your free consultation.
What is your quality of life? The Owen Insurance Group plans on improving it on our Quality of Life radio show Tuesday mornings at 10 on both WPSL and WSTU. Hi, I'm Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group, along with Tom Bouvier. We'll help you on the road of life and make it a better one. Don't forget the Quality of Life radio show Tuesdays at 10 on WPSL and WSTU on TuneIn and Alexa.
Hi, this is Michael Burley of Peak Capital Management. I want to say thanks for listening to this week's Retirement Income Program. Over the last year or so, we've all been through a lot of change. If you're thinking about retiring sometime in the next 5 to 10 years, there's no better time to reach out to a professional. But not just anyone. It absolutely needs to be a retirement income specialist. I cannot stress this enough, because retirement is all about income. You need to speak to a retirement income specialist, and that's what I am. Peak Capital Management is a retirement income store for the Treasure Coast. Whether it's virtual or face-to-face, I'm set up to ensure our time together is safe and educational. There's no better time to reach out to a professional, but not just anyone. It absolutely needs to be a retirement income specialist. Call me, Michael Burley, at 772-334-9592. That's 772-334-9592, or visit peakcapitalmanagement.net.
With any business, the most valuable asset are the people and the teams, no matter how small or large the organization. Hi, I'm Catherine Colhane, Associate Director for the Florida SBDC at Indian River State College. Let us help your organization turbocharge your team. As a certified driving forces analyst, I will help management work more effectively with your people, increase and improve communication, reduce conflict and stress, better understand strengths and weaknesses so that your people are properly aligned in their jobs. Hire the right people. Let the Florida SBDC at IRSC transform your company using a customized assessment system, knowledge, and resources. Grow and accelerate your organization by turbocharging your team. To get started, contact the Florida SBDC at IRSC.
For confidential one-on-one business consulting at no cost, contact the Florida SBDC at IRSC at 336-6285. Online at irscbiz.com.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. It's 8:49 right now. Let's join back in with G and Bonnie.
Standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to a faster PC, or a faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
Are you looking for your dream home? I am Eileen Simons, a licensed realtor with eXp Realty. My team and I can help you find your dream home on the Treasure Coast and beyond. I bring 20-plus years experience with the residential real estate market, helping both buyers and sellers achieve their dreams. Call or text me at 772-200-5105 or visit our website at mydreamhomeusa.com.
Portions of our show brought to you by Martin Funeral Home and Crematory, 2 locations, Port St. Lucie and in Stewart.
Are you an entrepreneur or business owner along the Treasure Coast? Well, then you should be tuning in to Small Biz Florida from the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Hi, I'm Tom Kindred, your host for Small Biz Florida. Entrepreneurs and business owners will learn how the Florida SBDC and IRSC can help you start, grow, and accelerate your business.
Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. on WPSL and worldwide at WPSLTV.com.
Mike's Car Clinic has been serving Treasure Coast drivers since 1985. Chris, Jeff, and Michael are carrying on their father's tradition of honest, straightforward service. Are you visiting our Treasure Coast? Air conditioning out? Mike's Car Clinic can get you back on the road with air. Mike's Car Clinic, 337-3059. That's 337-3059. Just east of US 1 at 1601 Village Green Drive. Mike's Car Clinic is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Mike's Car Clinic, for more than 3 decades. Great people, great prices, and one great tradition passed on by their father, Mike Wolf Sr. They can't build it, buy it, or break it, but they can sure repair it. Mike's Car Clinic, Port St. Lucie, 337-3059. That's 337-3059.
So Evan sent us this email this morning, what to do with your Facebook after you die.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to think about that, though, but Evan, you made me think about it. And some of the choices, you can make it a memorialized account.
Mm-hmm.
You can elect a legacy contact to look after your account. So that's somebody's going to run your Facebook account after you're dead?
Yes, somebody will run it after you're dead.
I wouldn't want to put anybody through that.
They'll post on your behalf.
Have the account deleted, which is the option that I would take. And you're saying that I can go in right now and make that choice so that when I'm dead, my Facebook page will be deleted. Nobody will be.
You can go in right now, go into your settings, and it's somewhere in there, and you can do it and be done with it.
Now, you can actually schedule posts that would appear after you die.
Mm-hmm.
You leave a series of messages for your legacy contact to post. I can see what you're saying, Bonnie. You don't want to appoint somebody to be the dude. You're dead.
It's kind of like power of attorney, but Facebook of attorney.
If G was here right now, he'd want to put these pictures on Facebook. Oh, heck no. Delete.
Well, my thing is, I don't think it's the putting of new pictures on. I think it's leaving your legacy go, like Evan mentioned before. Let your legacy live on so that your grandchildren and their grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren can see who you were.
I like that. That's you couldn't have put it any better. Legacy.
I see what you're saying with that, because I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
But I'm still deleting mine.
Just can't win for losing.
In a St. Lucie County courtroom yesterday, the city of Port St. Lucie and Waste Pro USA continued back and forth over who's holding up their end of the deal, a deal scheduled to end in just a few months. Here's more from WPTV's John Shaman.
At one point, they received up to 3,000 complaints over poor service from Waste Pro, and in turn had to hire an outside vendor earlier this year to help clear away yard debris that in some cases had been sitting outside for weeks. When many residents of Port St. Lucie put out their trash, they wonder if it will be picked up that day.
If I bring it out Monday, you expect it to be picked up Monday? Not 3-4 days later.
Monday, representatives of the city and waste provider Waste Pro were back in court.
We've had ups and downs since the beginning of this franchise agreement around early 2019.
Carmen Capizzuto, the neighborhood services director for Port St. Lucie, said yard debris has not been collected in a timely fashion for some time.
Verified reports of anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks in some areas, to the point where, service was completely unacceptable.
The city sued Waste Pro last year, claiming poor service. Waste Pro demanded the city pay back $1.2 million in charges the city's levied over the past few years. Right now, Waste Pro is planning to exit its contract in September, 3 years early.
Things have gotten worse, not better.
Judge Lori Buchanan said it's time to get moving here towards some kind of agreement.
At some point, you got to roll up your sleeves and get it done. So as far as the parties themselves, I'm going to order that they shall meet this week.
The judge also asked the two sides within the next 15 days to get to mediation. And the city on Wednesday is holding a special city council meeting to get an update on where it stands right now in terms of getting a new trash service provider this coming fall. We're live in Port St. Lucie. John Shane to WPTV. News Channel 5.
On April 18th, Port St. Lucie Police Department investigated an incident in which a 16-year-old victim was shot by a splatterball gun in the face with a soft gel water ball while she walked on a sidewalk, sustaining swelling to her eye. Officers learned during the investigation that a group of occupants were traveling in a vehicle when a 16-year-old male suspect in the backseat fired a splatterball gun at the victim. This incident coincides with the viral TikTok Orbeez challenge circulating across the country. The Orbeez challenge encourages TikTok users to buy soft gel water balls, load them in airsoft guns, and fire them at victims. This challenge can cause injury to others and damage to property. Please talk to your children about the seriousness of these incidents and partner with us to keep our children and community safe, stated Assistant Chief Richard Del Toro. And incumbent U.S. Representative Brian Mast did announce Monday that he will seek to represent the Treasure Coast in Washington, D.C. for a fourth term. Mast has represented the state's 18th congressional district, which encompasses St. Lucie, Martin, and the northeastern part of Palm Beach County since 2016. On to traffic, taking a look. The highways are looking good. We don't have any accidents to report right here in our general area. Call when you see traffic at 340-1590.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy from St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. We needed more space, so we had to move, but only right across the parking lot next to Subway. We're celebrating our move and new store with a huge sale. 25% off all jewelry, 30% off all Citizen watches, and 75% off all Invicta watches, including special orders. Just mention you heard it right here on WPSL or WSTU and get the coolest T-shirt or keychain free while supplies last. And it might be the best time to sell since gold has reached an all-time high, and we're paying more than ever for your scrap gold jewelry and your fine jewelry, as well as all of your coins and bullion products. St. Lucie Jewelry is the largest buyer of jewelry and coins since 1994, with 2 locations, one in St. Lucie West and one on the corner of Walton Road and US 1. Google us, check out our reviews, and come see us last.
Well, when you hear that music, that means the old clock on the wall says that's about all. We're done, folks, for a Tuesday morning. I want to thank you so much for joining into the program. Hope you enjoyed all the segments we did for you today. We'll be back at about 21 hours on a Wednesday morning. Remember, if you have good values on the inside, you will never look for validation on the outside. I live by that, and I pass it on to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless. Make it a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning right here at WSTU Stewart. We are Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next.